begun!
Hello, and welcome to the CTB show. Today is July 1st, 2018, birthday of America coming up. The weather, hotter than dick. The Dow.
24,271.
Brian, we got to come up with something for you to say.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. My name is Evan the Mayor. That is Brian the Levy.
See, and I've always thought that my thing was when I talk here and then derail for like 2 minutes.
Oh.
And then we get back to saying hi to Casey.
Oh, okay. We could do that.
Yeah.
So just like now.
Right. That's exactly how that works.
And that is Casey the Casey.
Howdy.
And that is Mila the producer. Not a very good performance, Mila. Not a very good performance. All right, welcome to the show. We've got some fun stuff today and some miserable stuff today. We have a guest coming on the second half. His name is Sid Sharma. He is one of the co-owners of Wild Kombucha. We're going to talk about fermented tea.
That's a great name.
Sid Sharma?
Yeah.
I
It's got
almost always say shawarma. It's something my mother would do. Like when she says Snapple, she says Schnapple.
Oh, those nice Jewish people, the Schnapples.
Schnapples.
We're going to hang out with the Schnapples before
Mom,
Shabbos
it's Snapples.
services.
The Snapples, Mom. It's not Schnapple. It's not shawarma. It's Sharma. Anyway, he'll be on in the second half. We're going to do some... well, there's some other local Baltimore business news that I want to get into, and I'm going to save it for the second half because the first half is going to include a little thing I like to call top of the show plugs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your continued patronage to the citythatbreeds.com/deals webpage, which has all of our banner links that you need to click through today, including one Craft Brew of the Month Club. Casey is holding in his hands the flyers that come with the Craft Brew of the Month Club.
It is called Micro Brew News.
Microbrew News.
So finally got my hands on my first shipment.
There you go.
It comes with a little flyer for each of the two breweries. So I got 4 beers total, to 12 all in all.
Uh-huh.
So the first two are from the Rusty Rail Brewing Company out of Pennsylvania.
All brewed with actual rusty rails.
No, that is not how that works.
Needs more rust.
Tastes irony.
So
It's good for your blood.
In this, from this brewery, I got the Blue Collar Blonde Ale and Fool's Gold, an Imperial Peanut Butter Hefeweizen,
Ooh.
which is delicious, and I've brought some for us.
Casey, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Fool's Gold.
Fool's Gold.
And then I also got two beers from Alamo Beer Company out of Texas.
Texas.
India Pale Ale, the America-style India Pale Ale, and an Amber Lager, a Vienna-style lager.
Do they have anything to do with Alamo Draft House?
New.
Oh, okay.
Where's the... Have you
Glad
ever
I
been to
asked.
the basement of the Alamo?
Yeah.
Pee-wee's bike is there.
There is no basement.
Ha, ha, ha,
Casey, I know that you have like a list of trivia facts about said beers. We're drinking the Fool's Gold. Is on your trivia fact, do they talk about how Elvis's favorite sandwich was the Fool's Gold loaf, which was a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter,
and
a pound of bacon,
Oh.
and bananas.
I knew about the peanut butter bananas, but not the bacon.
Yes, the bacon is important.
That is
Oh, you did
that is
see
trivia facts for me.
The back, what is Brian?
Hold on. Let me give him one of these.
So pass the beer around. So on the back of this flyer,
So hold on, peanut butter Hefeweizen?
yes, it is
That's
different.
Smells
weird.
delicious.
It is good.
Ooh, it does smell peanutty.
So, but the flyer also comes with recipes and the suggested pairings. For
Kung Pao chicken.
So,
Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah, man.
With the peanut sauce.
Already peanuts in it.
I feel like though this is peanut flavoring. Like
no, you
like
can smell the peanut butter.
you can smell the peanut butter, but I'm saying like, is it real peanut butter or is it like
Like,
Sweet
it's-
Baby Jesus territory where it's like not necessarily?
I don't
real?
know. I'll have
Read the
to-
label. It'll say artificial ingredients. That is not the point of this. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to yuck the yum of this beer, so we got to taste it right now. Let's do it.
Okay.
The promise of gold at the end of the rainbow continues to fascinate
Wow, that is a
imaginations.
strange tasting beer, but I like it.
It
So-
reminds me of like a Nutty Bar.
Yes,
from
this-
Little Debbie.
This is weird to say, but it is like drinking a candy peanut
I like it.
with alcohol.
I like it.
And weird, it has peanut butter and banana flavors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with
What?
peanut
Peanut butter and
Imperial
banana.
Hefeweizen with peanut butter flavor.
I highly recommend this, and I highly recommend that you click through that Craft Beer of the Month Club.com banner on citythatbreeds.com.
And get the microbrew news.
Yeah, get the microbrew news and read it.
But what are the
don't
trivia
worry about the
facts?
commitment. Don't worry about the commitment. You can
Start and stop anytime
You can
like.
do one shipment. You can do multiple shipments, quarterly, monthly, every other month, whatever you want. There's a bunch of different options. So I am going to be subscribing, considering I'm going to be with child soon.
It's not like he needs the money, folks. Wow. He's just going to be subscribing.
Thank you very much for that well-crafted top of the show plug. But I
Yeah.
would be remiss if I did not
It's almost friggin' professional.
announce the weekly Target flyer. I don't know. You know, I feel like
I get these all the time on my phone.
right. So here's the one that I get as an advertiser. Target. This week, Target is featuring many great deals, including an exciting one-day sale on women's and girls' swimwear.
Ooh.
Save 20% with code Bikini Day.
I'm going to buy some nice bottoms because they make me feel pretty.
Hold on. When is this guy? You know what? I'm angry.
Me too.
Oh,
like from
I'm
last
not
week.
angry. Never mind.
We're
This is
happy.
This is on July 5th. So if you are listening to this podcast on a Monday or a Tuesday or even the birthday of America.
We should get it out so everybody can make their friends listen to it at their July 4th barbecues.
Right, yeah. Put it on your speakers.
Tell your
Hey,
friends.
Guys, hey, guys, I'm going to grill up some dogs, but while I do, I'm going to put on the CTB show. You ever heard about this?
It's fireworks for your ears before the fireworks for your eyes.
Before I get to the rest of this plug, Thursday I had a little reunion with a couple of friends that used to live in the area, and now and they came back. And I was describing to them the demise of my former beef jerky life, you know, the business and this and that. And my friend said to me, "You know what you should do? You should have a podcast."
Ouch! Ouch!
And I was like, "Yeah,
It's like
I'll look
do.
into that." I've only been doing it for 5 years.
Wow.
But the outcome was that everyone at the table whipped out their phone and subscribed.
Oh, shit, our numbers are going up.
Woo, went up by 2 or 3.
Oh, man.
But hey, every 2 or 3 is 2 or 3 victories that we count toward us, you guys.
Now, if we just get the rest of America, if it's just 2 or 3 people at a time, that's only like another 10,000 or so tables.
Days.
This is what I've found, especially through the process of the
20,000
CTB
people in America.
Fam Zone Extreme, is that we must nurture our audience. We must
Right.
engage the audience. They will in turn engage us.
And let me say, is that I am on a couple different Facebook fan groups, and ours is the nicest, and there is no drama.
That is-
Everybody just really enjoys themselves.
You're 100% correct, because I'm in some of these other fan groups as well, and like there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of criticism, there's a lot of like, you fucking suck, this episode was garbage, I'm unsubscribing. Bleh.
Yeah, none of that here. Because honestly, we know we're not that good, so you
Hey.
don't have to tell us.
Hey.
Oh, right.
Hey.
Sorry. I mean, I think
This podcast is a Baltimore 8 for sure.
an absolute Baltimore 8. And if we're being honest, it's probably Baltimore 7. But it's an absolute Baltimore 8.
Okay. Let me continue with this plug.
Tell us more about Target,
Yes,
please.
Target is featuring many great deals, including an exciting one-day sale on July 5th on women and girls swimwear. Save 20% with code Bikini Day. Also, save up to 30% on home updates and receive a free, remember last time when I said $5 gift card?
Uh-huh.
Guess what?
$10 gift card?
No.
$15 gift card.
No.
$20.
That's right. $20 gift card when you spend $100 on baby essentials, Casey.
Oh, shit.
It's like they're paying you to get pregnant.
That's right. In addition to this week's deals, be sure to check out the new exclusive collection from Made by Design. Thank you. That is
Actually, I'm going to do that.
citythatbreeds.com. Yeah, put it in your phone. And make a calendar reminder. Citythatbreeds.com/deals. I'm having a stroke. Click through the Target banner. Thank you. And don't forget our Amazon influenza page. That's bit.ly/citythatbreeds.
You know what hasn't gotten a whole lot of love, but I just want to remind everyone my favorite thing to do?
What?
Wabi Pockets.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you do a little... You know what? We're running almost 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes is the maximum for top of the show plug. Go ahead.
Hi. Are you squinty because it's real sunny and hot out? Are the sweats from your forehead eyes beginning to hit your real eyes? You should get yourself some prescription Warby Parker sunglasses shades because they make you not squint, and maybe they'll block the sweat eyes. Don't have sweaty eyes for Warby Parker, for eyes who can't see good when you sweat.
It should be noted that Warby Parker, first of all, they have prescription sunglasses.
Sunglasses shades.
Sunglasses shades for your forehead eyes. And also, I received an email that they came out with essentially what is a Pride Month collection. So it's these sort of like fabulous frames with little rainbow tints.
Hold on, say that again. What kind of frames?
Fabulous frames?
Fabulous.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry.
Is it hard for you to see on your knees because the
Oh.
sun gets in your eyes? Have our Pride Month sunglasses shades. I bent down and I couldn't see where I put my mouth.
Oh.
Too far, Brian.
All right, that very classy top of the show plugs is over. Now we are moving along.
Don't tell Warby Parker about that.
From the Fam Zone this past week, Casey, you've been very productive in terms of promoting the Would You Rathers and the shout-outs and the shut-ups. First of all, did you guys listen to last week's episode? It's okay to say.
No. You know what? I've had
All right,
really weird week.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I honestly I couldn't listen to. This is real. I have been listening to very few podcasts these days, except for the funny ones,
Right.
because I just can't do it. I've been listening to a lot of music this week.
Oh, yeah. This week's been tough.
Yeah.
Real tough. We'll get into that. But before we get tough and before we get rough.
I'm going to listen to this one because remember,
Because you're on it.
I only listen to the ones.
No,
I
I
want.
wanted to know if I handled my business.
Oh, I will. Okay, I'll let you. You know what? That's right. That's bullshit. I didn't listen. I'll let you know.
Thank you. All right. Well, this question from the Fam Zone Extreme. That's CTB Fam Zone. Look it up today on Facebook and join us for Christ's sake. This is the Fam Zone version of Would You Rather. Did that seem really loud to anybody else? All right, I'm going to turn that down. And Casey, you pose the question.
So, would you rather?
I think it was rather. Would you
rather be only be able to drink water for the rest of your life, or only be able to eat one dish of your choosing for the rest of your life? Please include the food, one main course, and the option of one side.
So, and then
This is a solvable game, much like checkers and tic-tac-toe. Solvable game.
And one of the fans owners definitely
Solved it.
Pizza. I solved it.
No, you
Oh,
did
no.
not. But so there were some questions. So if you pick pizza, you cannot just have pizza and then
I do it every
interchange
time.
the toppings. You have to pick pepperoni pizza and specify your toppings, and you're locked into that.
So then I would go with what you would call a supreme pizza: pepperoni, sausage, onion, green peppers.
So you get your vegetables.
mushrooms.
I was going to say, since you're only eating pizza for the rest of your life, you better make sure this pizza is nutritionally
So you
whole.
can. I think
Four
we should put
food
an
groups.
asterisk. You can take like multivitamins, so you're not you don't get gout or something.
Then maybe I would also choose a bowl, 2 to 3 bowls of basic 4 cereal
It's fortified.
every meal.
So your meal is 4 bowls of basic cereal.
Instead of the pizza. So that way I'm getting my 4 food groups. That's what basic 4 is.
Yeah.
And then calcium with the milk.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. Because, so, as a bowl of cereal is concerned, and Casey said a main dish, which is cereal with milk a main dish.
It is a main dish.
Could I say
typically
my meal is going to be a part of this complete breakfast and say
a complete breakfast
my
is a
complete
meal.
breakfast is the meal.
Food for thought.
No, it's like a main course and then the side dish. So if like
No, I want my cereal, my toasts with the perfect square of butter that's kind of a little bit melty.
And then that is it.
my half of no, I want my fucking half of grapefruit, and I want my milk, and I want my orange juice.
that's not you can't do the milk and the orange juice unless the milk is in the cereal.
Fine. This is also solvable. I would like to choose the Denny's Grand Slam.
That is not.
I want
no,
moons over my hammy.
the dish and then a side.
No, the dish is the Grand Slam breakfast.
It's not
Am I going to be having bacon today? Am I going to be having sausage that
So
day?
I had Korean barbecue yesterday.
We still haven't even given the second option yet. No, Korean barbecue is a genre. It's not a dish.
But no, when you order it, it's a dish because it comes out on multiple dishes. Because the banchan is one thing.
You can only choose. I've never had Korean barbecue, so you can only choose one part of the pig. I don't know what's in
Now
there.
it comes with bulgogi
I don't know
and
what that
some kalbi and a little bit of, well, if you want, tripe.
Well,
I love
you
the
know,
tripe.
I found out about tripe from the first episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Eat your tripe. Now, what was the second choice?
All right, what?
So that was the second choice. The
drink only water or eat only one thing.
yes.
Look, unless I'm allergic to alcohol, I'm going to be drinking for the rest of my life. This is absolutely certain. But fortunately, one FamZone member, Robert
Kudurka. It's said how it's spelled.
Wait, hold on.
Smith.
Wait, how's it?
Kudurka. It's Kudurka. The reason we don't want to say Kudurka is because of that
Durka
South
Durka?
Park episode, Kudurka Turka.
Kudurka.
It just sounds bad.
That's why it sounds weird to me.
It's Kudurka.
Anyway, he basically said,
Durka.
what about booze-soaked gummy bears or Jell-O shots?
That could be your side.
That is a food.
Here's the problem with it. There is zero nutritional value.
Take that same concept, apply it to a watermelon. Boom, you got
Yeah,
fruit.
vodka-soaked watermelon, bro.
There's still no nutritional value in watermelon.
No, but this is
Something about sugar and water.
This is the method of choosing option one. You can only drink water, but you can eat booze-soaked gummy bears and Jell-O shots and vodka-soaked watermelon.
Oh, wait. By saying
This entire premise is enabling you to drink or get drunk in life, right?
and still eat whatever you want.
Correct. Now, I also chimed in and I said, what about cherry bombs? Also alcohol-soaked food, but you can also vaporize alcohol and inhale it and get drunk. Or you can go into a sauna
Guys.
and pour vodka on those rocks and inhale all them vapors.
Guys, you can shove vodka-soaked tampons up your ass.
Boom! We did it!
Pretty sure you might
Solved.
Gang!
Game over.
Gang,
We win.
it's Baltimore. We can just be heroin addicts.
Oh, that's sad.
But Evan, I'm
Jeez.
kind of concerned
Tough
about you.
room.
Why?
You might need to check into a program.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Betty Ford after last alumni weekend, and I didn't. I just kept getting drunk a lot.
No, I
I've
mean,
been on some adventures lately.
could my side dish be weed brownies?
Yes, that's
Yeah, because
perfectly
you're
fine.
more of a weed guy. So
I could live if you were to tell me I could never drink again.
Pizza and then weed brownies. That sounds great.
No,
actually.
I'm choosing water. I mean,
right, he would choose water.
but I really like getting drunk. I mean, I do get let's face it, I get drunk. The reason I'm more of a weed guy is because I smoke a ton of weed while I'm getting drunk.
Here's what's crazy. Yesterday, I went to a family function at my mother's house in Catonsville. Shout out. And just sipping some shandies the entire time and had some family conversation.
Your mom whip out her weed pen or something?
No. What I'm getting to, is then I came back and then went on a Baltimore adventure. Went to Nate Dogg's house, friend of the show.
Yep.
Had a couple bows. Went down to the Tiki Barge, which they've boarded up the pool. Fantastic idea, because no one cares about that cesspool.
No,
literally.
we went to Tiki Barge. Oh, maybe you didn't, but I went to Tiki Barge a couple times.
When they had the pool.
Yeah, great scenery.
Yeah, yes, of course, but so did I, and the pool's disgusting. Anyway, did that, then went up to the Korean barbecue, had that, then went down to Sapano's.
What's Sapano's?
Sapano's is an Italian restaurant.
One Sapano's time.
Guys,
we had one Sapano's time.
a literally Old Blue Eyes themed Italian restaurant. Frank Sinatra.
Witchcraft.
And they've got karaoke on the old Saturday night, and we were there very late.
I saw a video of some guy just staring at a tiny little computer screen.
Yes,
It's very hard
but there was a guy rapping or something over that too.
Oh, gotcha.
At any rate, that was the adventure. The point I'm making is I was drinking the entire time, and I made it home, and I didn't like brown or black out. Like I just like, it's 2:30, time to go home. You know, I've had 20,000 beers, but I'm good.
It's a lot of beers.
There's a lot of beers. I don't know what my point was.
You're bragging.
We Humble bragging?
So should that be a new segment of the show where we get you one of those mobile breathalyzers and then you just record your
I think nowadays you can just get an ankle bracelet that actually reads.
It's like a Fitbit, but
for alcohol. Ooh, alcohol bit. Title of the episode?
So should we bring up the other thing that I found and post it in the Fam Zone? Since we're
yeah, why not? Because we're about to get a little angry.
So I was looking for, instead of looking for Would You Rather, I was looking for What's Your Minimum, and I came across a dating site.
Yeah.
Apparently it's kind of old, but basically you go on, it's like the whole auction bit where you auction off dates.
Yeah, I don't... Look, either you're going to pay a ton of money to go out with a hot girl who's not interested in you, or you're a guy who's not going to get any money at all, or you're going to get some money from people who are several point values below you, and it's essentially just like a weird escort service type thing,
so you think if there's somebody
masquerading as dating,
you think somebody a couple points, percentage points ahead of you will be like, I'm wagering up always. You're always auctioning, bidding on up.
I don't think a Baltimore 9 would wager on a Baltimore male 5. Seriously?
I don't know.
That's not how that works.
First off, this is basically The Bachelor. We haven't talked about this all this season.
Oh, we don't need to because I haven't watched a single goddamn episode.
But that's how they advertise. It's like, hey, you want to go out with someone hotter than you? Pay for it. Like that's how it's
right? Yeah, but
advertised.
that's what Craigslist used to be for. I don't know what it is where you would do it now, but yeah. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny at first, and then I looked at it and I was like, this is kind of insidious. Like, yeah, I mean...
But I love how it's like so
Look, I would go
innocent.
out on a date with somebody who really wanted some company if they just paid for my meal. I don't want to be, like, bought. It's just weird.
But would you pay for a date with somebody?
I don't if the money...
Does the money go to like
charity?
The American Cancer Society or something?
I think it goes to them.
It goes to them. So I'm saying, like, I think if the Fam Zone came up with $100, would you use that? Would you use that to go on a date with somebody and report back how it went?
I guess
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. No,
also,
I'd rather put that $100 toward our upcoming GoFundMe.
And then you also get into that she's all that line. Am I a bet? Am I a fucking bet?
Right.
Which is a great F-bomb in a PG-13 movie.
I love the idea that like that movie trope would never happen today.
What, Pygmalion?
It just can't.
Pygmalion does not necessarily...
Not with social media, can't happen.
It doesn't work in a hashtag MeToo world.
No, it doesn't.
I've been watching...
Speaking of which, Chris Hardwick. You heard about this?
Yeah, is he coming back?
He might be.
Jacinda.
He's getting a lot of support from all of his ex-girlfriends, which I was like saying that on the fucking episode. I was like, I want to hear from Andrea Savage.
I know who she is now. She's in Step Brothers.
Right. And I completely either didn't know or forgot that Jacinda from The Real World went out with him and some other lady who is a notable...
Royal wedding attendee, Jacinda from The Real World.
Yes, add a little weight to that name.
Because she was on Suits.
At any rate, they all weighed in and said, nah, this doesn't sound like him. And also the girl from the Blindside, the television series with all the tattoos on the show, put a Change.org petition up that said, hey, give him his job back. And I think at this point, like 13,000 plus signatures are on it.
But what does that really mean? Like,
the
people sign
it doesn't mean
doesn't
anything.
matter.
Like, AMC is not going to look at that petition and be like, you know what?
I mean, maybe.
Let's get him back on there.
really all AMC cares about is whether or not they're going to get any blowback, if they're going to lose sponsorships.
And if
enough people, the general public is like, okay, we're okay
No,
with
you're
them.
right. And if the sort of upswell of support for sort of saying these accusations don't really make sense.
But there's also the idea that, yeah, you weren't the person that he abused. She was.
Yeah.
Sucks, bro. Sucks.
Well, I mean, so
you can be an asshole to one person and not be an asshole to somebody else.
Exactly. You know,
but being an asshole to again, have you read the full text of the Medium post?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. The one thing that stuck.
It was a little further than being an asshole.
The one thing that stuck with me was when she said that she had an ectopic pregnancy, and when she was in the hospital, she used the line that he was talking to the doctor and said, "So when can we fuck again?" And of
Yeah,
course,
we have-
at first glance, you're like, ooh, that's real rough.
And her mother was in the room and heard it and never forgot. Or I'm sorry, she didn't say that exactly. Her words were, "She never forgot. My mother never forgot that."
Right. So I don't tend to think that any human being, Chris Hardwick or otherwise, maybe there are some disgusting people on this earth that when they're in the room with the doctor, the mother, and the girlfriend, use the term, "So when can we fuck again?"
Well, I think it was, "When can we have sex again?"
That probably was said. Like, so, yeah, I mean, just to be safe here, like, how long should we wait before having sex? I don't think he just said, "When can we fuck again?" I think
know.
that's an example
but,
of...
See,
It's
I
an
believe
example it's because I've been at the receiving end of this, like turning something that you said into utter hyperbole for the purposes of using it against you. So all the other shitty things that went into the laundry list of claims, like I can't speak to most of it, but it was one thing that I noticed on that post that seemed like I'm taking this thing that was said and essentially boiling it down to a very crass statement, or I perceived it to be very crass, when it could have been just completely innocuous.
And may have been in his mind, it could have been innocuous,
Right?
But she may have interpreted it as like, "Why didn't you ask
And
how I'm doing?"
And
first,
either
instead
didn't
of, "When
say
can
anything
we-"
about it, or really thought it was gross and disgusting, or over the course of time grew to think it was gross and disgusting. Either way, that's the update. Next topic.
Real quick.
Yes.
This is kind of just a mild anecdote, but like
Antidote?
anecdote. While we're recording,
Uh-huh.
of course, I
Is
legit.
Amber in labor?
So legitimately, any minute now,
Oh,
could
no.
be having a baby. So we're recording. Ziggy gets it wrong.
Uh-huh.
And my wife texts me, and
No,
all it says is, "We have a problem, ... And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I just got here. I've already had 2 beers.
The
Like,
dog did something.
no, I'm thinking, like, I gotta leave.
The
and
contractor did something.
I've got contractors in the house. Like, I'm thinking she's going into labor, and I gotta deal with everything.
We're out of frozen pizza.
No, she posted me a picture of
Bring home some Mama Celeste.
a Minnie Mouse baby carrier that she got emailed. She found an advertisement, as in, "We have a problem. We have 5 of these
we have
already,
a problem
and I
with
want
buying
this."
things online.
She's like, so of course, the original text was, "We have a problem." I'm thinking, shit, I gotta run home now.
Yeah. All right, next topic. As it relates to you, Casey.
Oh,
We are now revisiting a segment. Oh, by the way, I want to start like a list of our segments and the last time we used it, so that we can kind of like
Rotate 'em?
rotate them, refresh them.
I like it.
But this is entitled "Parenting Advice from Guys Without Kids."
Oh,
which this is the last week that all 3 of us will.
Well, Brian and I will.
no, we're giving you advice, Casey. I hope you're writing all of this.
No,
shit
that's what
down.
I'm saying. Like, this is the last week that there will be 3 of us without kids.
Right. Here's a parenting topic that I never thought I would have ever thought of, especially as a person without kids. But got to teach your kids how to take a fall.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was at a 5-year-old's birthday party yesterday, and kids are falling all over this place with like locked elbows,
Yeah.
like in front of them.
Can't
like,
do that.
You're gonna break some
you
shit.
gotta kind of like tuck up. You gotta, if you're gonna fall, you gotta do it right. Can't just like fall straight on your head.
So it's kind of like swimming. Like, you know how they say you're supposed to put the kid in the water like as soon as possible because they can just swim naturally?
sure.
So is that what I got to do? I got to like push my kid?
Yes.
Teach him how to fall?
Well, no. I mean, in a controlled environment, you're like, okay, I'm about to push you, and when I do, you need to like tuck your butt so that you land on your butt and you don't hit your head, or you don't do this and that and the other. If they fall on their side, you got to roll. Tuck and roll.
It's like
you gotta
Captain
teach your
Kirk.
kids how to fall.
I think I don't know how to fall.
Right.
Like Captain Kirk
That's why
tried
you
to
have
teach,
fused vertebrae.
Like Captain Kirk tried to teach Charlie in the classic episode Charlie X.
How to fall?
Yeah, how to do a fall. Charlie did not want to hear it.
Which
Here's
is
another
totally
piece-
different from a pratfall.
Yes, here's another piece of advice I have. Listen, if you have a 10-year-old and like you come from like a religious family, let's say you're Christian, the bigger the cross that he's wearing, the more white trash he seems. First off, children with necklaces look.
Hold on, because I'm a data person. There's a graph there.
Absolutely.
Size of cross and white trash index.
I think children with necklaces look dumb to begin with.
Yes.
Like, where did that kid get that silver chain? He doesn't work. Like, if
he
he's,
doesn't work.
Like, if he's like 13 and he gets a mezuzah for his bar mitzvah, that's fine. Like, that's weird. If he has a first communion at 13 or whatever, I know my friends were having confirmation and he gets like a tasteful cross.
How does this formula apply to the Star of David necklace?
Well, it's different from a white trash. It's a untrustworthy Jew scale. That's actually a cross graph. It has something to do with how many chains, and how far down is your shirt unbuttoned.
Not only that, but how hairy is your chest? Because the hairier the chest, the more likely that person is a financier, or he's trying to sell you a vehicle.
Because me and my cousin Menachem, we come to the United States to make movies, and what we say, we see what the people want to watch.
A vision of Superman 4 is going to make Americans sing.
I am the other Golden Globus guy. Canon Films.
Fantastic documentary on Netflix. It's called Electric Boogaloo.
It's like my favorite movie. I just watch it. I know so much about Canon Films.
Yeah, it's great. And I've seen probably 80% of those things, except for the ones that were made like before I was born, where Marina Sirtis is being raped in all of them.
Listen. I'm a 13-year-old boy, and I've just received.
I know what the people want to see.
I've just received tits. I've just received my first chai necklace for my bar mitzvah. I've started unbuttoning.
I'm going to sell it and make a movie. And the movie is going to make $10 million.
My button downs are only buttoned halfway up. I can't stop smoking these cigars. And listen, let me sell you this television. It's very good. It's very good TV. It's in color.
It's in color. Technicolor.
The tubes are. I know what you're thinking. They don't make television with tubes anymore. They don't make television with these tubes. You're going to love it.
And that has been parenting advice from people who don't have kids.
So teach your kids to fall and don't give them too big of a cross.
Necklace, yeah, if you're Christian.
Because you're having a boy, right?
Yes.
Have we gotten a name yet?
What are the top candidates?
Yeah, we got a couple. Well, I don't
come
know.
on.
No,
Exclusives.
No.
All right, fine. All right, we've had enough frivolity for one day.
Bedford Forrest Cochran.
What was it? What did he come up with? What did we come up with last time?
James Tiberius Cochran?
No,
I don't know.
It was like
Better
something
not, motherfucker.
Cannon Cochran.
Oh, Cannon Cochran. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Cannon.
I want everyone to name their sons Cannon. I'm not going to. I want other people to do it.
Yeah.
I already have my names picked out.
Johnny Cannon Cochran.
Yeah, I love it.
Definitely going to be.
Oh, Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cannon Cochran. Johnny Cochran.
He looks like a Johnny.
Oh, Johnny.
So wait.
No, this is a prime
Let's
opportunity.
be real. Let's be real. This is going to be the last time we have Casey we have Casey before he's a father.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
We might be blessed with another appearance.
It's within the next 7 days, right? That's the due date?
The due date is July 7th. So if
that's Friday.
Saturday. Which I'm hoping that I get to see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, right.
Well, I'm hoping you buy the tickets, and then when you're waiting, like in your reserve seats, the water breaks.
We went to go see Jurassic World.
I got 90 minutes, right? I got 90 minutes.
Yeah, that baby's not coming now, right?
We were in Jurassic World, and she started having the false labor contractions, and I thought it was that it was time, and I looked at her, and she just gave me this look like she was just really uncomfortable. And I asked her if she was okay, and she said yes. And I legitimately couldn't tell if she really was okay or she was telling me that because she wanted to finish the movie.
I'm going to hold this baby in until I see these dinosaurs kill people.
Who's angrier on Friday night when Amber's water breaks? Casey for having to get up in the middle of Ant-Man and the Wasp and go have this baby, or the person sitting in front of them whose shoes are drenched with her mucus plug.
I don't think that's how that goes.
Mucus plug.
That's gross. And I don't think that's how that works.
Can you use
that is how that works.
Can you use a mucus plug to make kombucha?
Oof.
All right,
Are you? I have baby questions. I have parenting questions. I have baby questions.
But we have to get to the rest of the stuff.
No, this is what we're doing now. I've changed my mind. Everybody knows the world sucked this week. Honestly, I'm just miserable about fucking Kennedy. I'm miserable about children. Everyone knows it's there. I'd rather talk to Casey about the child that he's bringing into this terrible, terrible world.
Why we can't talk about the 5 dead people in Annapolis?
There's the thing in Annapolis. I'd rather talk to Casey.
Wait, we can't talk
I'd rather talk to Casey about raising a child in this gun-riddled, racist, dystopian state we're living in.
When he comes out, I'm going to give him
We can't talk about how Amanda's baby is going to be ripped from her arms and sent to a cage somewhere in Minnesota.
Her name is Amber.
What did I say?
Amanda.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amber. Yeah.
All right, so
I had Amanda on the brain.
I think we covered a couple of weeks ago. You do know how to throw and catch.
A ball.
Yes. Okay. I was
Yes.
like, hold on.
I don't know. I don't want to know more. So what
I don't know how to throw a spiral.
how are
That's
you
okay.
going to introduce your child to Star Wars? How old are they going
come
to
on.
be? What are
Do
the
you
viewing
show
order?
the movies from prequel to present day, or do you show them in the organic order that we all saw them?
Great question.
You watch. What was the order?
I know.
found it.
You watch 4 and 5.
Yes.
Then you watch 3. Then you watch 6.
Why?
You skip Phantom Menace. You get the "I am your father" bit. And then you go watch the second 2 prequels. So you get the backstory on Darth Vader, and then you go watch Return of the Jedi.
Think of the story structure of Godfather Part 2.
Okay.
The way they bounce back and
Somebody
forth.
really ought to do a supercut of these movies.
I think Topher Grace did.
and
No,
put,
I think it's wrong.
Topher Grace cut up the first 3 of Phantom Menace, clones, and then
They
Sith.
removed Jar Jar Binks.
And he did a whole edit of those 3 into one movie.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Topher.
What kind of are you going to? Have you thought about screen time? Have you thought about what you're going to feed this kid? Have you thought about
the
A
hell?
lot of things.
we were raised on a diet
I'd rather
of
talk about this mass shooting.
Hostess cupcakes and
No,
Yoo-hoo.
that's actually going to be the hard thing because we don't want to do the sugar. So I was in the grocery store and I was told that after the baby comes, I can't get the toaster strudels because
What are you most scared of as a father?
I'm not going to be scared of a lot because
This
after the
therapy
baby
session brought to you by Target.
I just hope, is anyone talking to you about these things?
all the time.
All the time.
So when the baby comes out, I'm just going to give him an M16 and then it's going to be okay.
Are you
AR-15, dude.
AR-15.
are you going to circumcise?
Whoa.
I think it's a question.
It's a very personal
That is
question.
actually a really hard question because apparently right now in the United States,
They hate
it's,
Jews.
It's the highest rate of non-circumcision. It's like 40% of males aren't circumcised right now.
I think, well,
It used to be just a thing that they did, and now it's like 40%.
and
Wow.
part of the reason I think that is because the medical. So we've got this, this whole population of people that suddenly distrust any medical.
It's
advice.
Californian anti-vaxxers.
Well, I was going to get there, but also the doctors and the medical community are not exactly really all that convincing when it comes to the medical benefits of having this done.
It's
when it isn't, in essence, genital mutilation, and they're like, well, it cuts down on the smeg, and
So the reason why
pee
there's
hole might get weird.
So the reason why is there is medical benefits to getting circumcised. The question is whether or not it's worth the small benefit. So they've done studies like in Africa where it actually does cut down on the rates of like HIV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have that cause for
But
concern.
little boys are gross, and their dicks are going to get infected.
Yeah, and
Well,
so
I think-
okay. You
I
get
think
a UTI,
it's-
and then it's not
That's
that
for
big
chicks.
a deal.
It's really, I think, honestly, if I'm thinking, oh, here's some more parenting advice from a person without a child, it's like one of those things where, hey, look, leave it up to the adult. Because if you're talking about reduction...
It's hard to do when you're a grown-up.
in STI. I know it's harder, but if you're talking about a reduction in STIs and all these other problems that you could have as an adult, maybe leave it up to them.
I don't watch. I don't
It kind of
watch.
makes me angry when I see parents that are piercing their babies' ears. They didn't make up their mind on that.
Fuck it. They don't remember. It
Really?
don't hurt. Yeah. You should.
It's indoctrinating gender roles, Brian.
You should pierce JCC's ear.
J.C. Cochran Carter.
Johnny
Cannon Cochran.
What did I say? J.C. Johnny Cochran Carter.
J.C. Penny Cochran.
I love it. I don't watch when the guy's dick is uncircumcised on porn.
Right. Because you're so used to seeing it cut.
Can't relate. Can't relate.
I
relate.
mean, there's that because I'm circumcised, and it's a little bumpy
What?
when you see the the
Casey-
wiener come out of the hood that way. But
Casey, what mistakes of your father are you looking to rectify in your relationship
how long do we have?
with
2
your
words.
son?
All of them.
All
Or
of
three.
them.
2 words.
Thanks,
3
Casey.
words. And I'm going to start with counting.
How is Amber feeling? Is she ready to be a hashtag boy mom?
Yeah.
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 All right,
I think
Casey.
she's very pregnant right now.
Right. She's how done is she? How fucking done?
Like done. That's just the thing that I've learned. Like at the very end, you're just done.
I believe it.
Sure. What boggles my mind are the ladies out there, and obviously I'm not a lady, so I don't know what it's like at all. So that's,
whoa, not a lady. He's got Nova G.
are the
He's
ones
a
that like
man.
have a baby and then they've got an infant and then want to immediately go ahead and because it's part of their like family plan to just go ahead and get pregnant.
They're
right
called
again.
Catholics. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be.
But I think
Catholic birth
The
control.
Irish.
Have you listened
Oh,
to?
Casey.
So there's a podcast, stuff you should know episode about birth control, like the pill, and it's this interesting idea that historically human females like haven't had as many periods as modern females have because they were getting pregnant a lot and they were breastfeeding a lot and they were constantly having babies a lot and they were having throughout the lifespan like hundreds fewer periods. And now that we have the pill, we have the opportunity to essentially allow women to
control.
lessen the periods down to never or once a year or quarterly or whatever they want. But the medical data is suggesting that monthly periods are actually kind of a little not great for you. I mean, if you've ever been around a lady who's on her period, they don't enjoy it.
Hot.
That's not an enjoyable experience for them.
No.
Anyway.
But with Brian basically was asking a lot of questions, and they keep me up at night constantly.
Yeah. How you feeling? How are you?
I
feeling?
actually right now I'm very zen because as you like you're throwing a lot of questions.
Ain't nothing you can fucking do about it,
There's
bro.
Nothing. You gotta roll with it.
It's
Like,
done.
There's
It's happening.
Screen time. Don't gotta worry about that. I mean, generally, I think we're gonna wait till like at least 2 before they're watching television, but we'll figure it out.
Here's my opinion. Every question I just asked you, it's a losing fucking battle to begin with, and why fucking worry about it?
Yeah.
The people have been fucking up their kids for I think scientifically a billion years now. Since
Scientifically.
humanity has been on Earth for a
Somewhat.
billion years. You're not gonna do anything so much worse.
I'm already-
Jeffrey Dahmer already happened. Oh my God, are you worried about that? What if you raise like Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay,
Jeffrey
that's
Dahmer-
good. That would be a weird worry to have.
This is no, hold on. This is the important takeaway. Jeffrey Dahmers aren't born; they're made.
Did you guys see that movie or read the comic?
No.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the movie?
My friend Dahmer.
No.
Yeah, it was. There's a graphic novel written by a guy who was a high school friend of Jeffrey Dahmer's.
Very good.
Already planning our first family vacation.
To Disney.
No, not to Disney.
On a Disney cruise?
To Outer Banks in September, and
Oh,
it will be 100. Well, actually, you can't 100% zero, but it'll be one more than any family vacation I had growing up.
OBX in September.
Yes,
Good time.
Wow,
to go.
that's like 3. That baby's gonna be three months old. It's gonna be a tiny little baby.
it'll be a tiny little baby, and we'll be with other people who have tiny little babies.
Here's why it's the best and also the worst time to go to the Outer Banks. Cheapest because it's off season, but
Hurricanes.
Also, the sharks are running then. I just made that up. I don't know.
I don't know. We
Well,
got
as
a little.
long as you're not on your period in the ocean, you're good.
'Cause that's
or in
science.
the woods because of bears.
Because of bears.
Bears and sharks.
Yeah, bears
Always
and
out to
sharks.
get you.
Always try to kill you. All right, guys, we're operating on 40-ish minutes. What would we like to do before we get to shoutouts?
I
Okay.
realize I messed up. and I'm
Evan
sorry.
does want to. You do want to talk about Annapolis, and I would say that it's fucking insane that our president gets to incite violence against journalists and then completely just wipe his hands clean of it.
I am glad you said that because there has been a lot of talk about
Whose fault this is? It's his fault.
right. So
That's a little.
no,
generalizing.
that's why I'm glad that he said that because I don't 100% agree. I think I 70% agree. I agree that the Trump and his rhetoric, his hey, the media is the enemy of the people type thing, certainly probably weaponized this guy.
This guy has been,
But
for a while.
that guy
Specifically, yes.
That guy specifically, this is like a very textbook case of a guy who had a grudge against a media outlet that felt
empowered
they
because
had
of the
fucked-
things that the president were saying. He's right. They are the enemy. I gotta go.
now I gotta go get him.
Wasn't it specifically against him? Like, didn't they write something about him and he was upset about it?
Yeah, local man scumbags keep away. Like, I read the story. He was like a sexual battery or some shit.
Let's actually give some flesh to this topic, because we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't actually talk about this in the actual context and the details. There was a man who this past, what day was it? Friday.
Yeah,
Let's say Friday. Friday. Got to get down on Friday. Got to get down to the Capitol Gazette and shoot 5 people dead. And this man, he shot through the front door with a long rifle and then proceeded to go through
Shotgun.
the office. No.
They found he had a
Shot
shotgun.
the door and then killed people with a shotgun.
Okay.
Killed 5 people, and then he hid under a desk and was arrested, and now he is going to face trial and undoubtedly go to prison for life. But since we live in Maryland, he will not get the death penalty. Good. Great.
Good guys don't kill.
Sorry?
Good guys don't kill.
I guess so. I don't see how in the face of all of this guy was an active threat. I don't know why they didn't gun him down.
I
He was
know.
hiding under a desk.
And he was whitish.
Whitish.
His name is Ramos. By Ramos.
Yeah. At any rate, as it turns out that this man has always been sort of off and was ostracized as a child or something like that, and went through the sort of, again, textbook description of a loner type upbringing.
Fisher-Price, My First Massacre starter kit.
And yeah, sort of. And like a lot of these people wound up being a federal employee. I don't know why, like, every time I read this shit, it's like, oh, he was a government employee. And I'm like, why are we hiring these fucking people?
It's like Bachelor contestants. There seems to be zero kind of background check to get a job in the government.
Well, to be
not
fair,
true, but-
you can be a weirdo and get hired by the government. But what happened was, apparently he tried to friend somebody on Facebook who was a high school crush of his, and he started to come on to her, and then he started to threaten her, and then there was some charges brought up, and he was essentially shit-canned from his job because he pled guilty to...
No, she was shit-canned. He got her fired.
What are you talking about?
So, okay.
He also got shit-canned.
Fine. The story that I read says, see, there was this girl, and he and he sent her a message and said, like, I know you, and like she's like, oh, cool, yeah, like, I don't know you,
That sounds fun.
But the
See ya.
yearbook says, like, we were in class together, hope all's well. Started appearing in comments, like, then he got weird. He started like the kook did to me. He sent like a letter to her work.
Right. He does that thing that crazy people do, is like when you're
can't just break up with them. They gotta these people
when
were
your
never dating.
attentions are rebuked or ignored, you go insane and start stalking them literally and personally and professionally. And okay, well, I didn't realize that he had gotten her fired. But
Yeah,
he also got fired
eventually
because
dismissed. So the case was dismissed.
but he nevertheless lost his job, and it was reported on by the Capitol Gazette in Annapolis, which also is tied to the Baltimore Sun. So a lot of the people that I used to work with at the Sun have been, I mean, it is a dark time in Baltimore, not just for this reason, for all the other reasons that are going out there right now. So
The Annapolis media
it's a
scene,
hard time to be alive.
the Annapolis media scene and the Baltimore media scene are basically the same thing. So there's a lot of personal connections.
Because everything that comes out of the State House is getting reported by the Sun and the representatives from the Capitol Gazette. Anyway, this guy is now under custody, and it's true, Brian, yes, that given the background, his grudge against the newspaper for reporting this case that cost him his job, and basically he felt cost him his livelihood, and certainly any possible affections from any women, because these people have these twisted little brains.
They think they deserve something.
Right, they're entitled to the affection of a woman. They're entitled to, being blah, blah, blah. But once a newspaper writes about you in this light, he's like, well, it's on. I'm going to do everything I can to destroy this newspaper and everyone associated with it.
It's not going to be the accountant who agrees with Trump fiscally and whatever. Those aren't going to be the people who hear his words and then go gun up the fucking newspaper. Yeah. It's going to be that lone wolf nutcase who's got a grudge against the fucking newspaper.
Yeah.
His words, the president's words, make it possible. And come at me. You know what? At me. Why don't you? I'll take it.
Sure. But here's what I want. I want him to admit it.
Fucking never.
I want him to be basically like, I've always hated this newspaper. I mean, he's obviously not going to be very cooperative with any kind of
You
thing.
want who? The shooter to
Yeah,
do? Or
he
the
wants
shooter?
because
the
they're
shooter
gonna
to
have
come
to-
out and be like, yeah, because Trump said this. That's
No, I
what-
want him to say things in these psych evals, like these interviews that basically say, like, yeah, the media is the enemy of the people. I want him to parrot Trump so that we have a direct line between his rhetoric and this guy's action. And then we can say to the president of the fucking United States, you're fucking shit up. Like, here's a direct line. It's not
What does it matter?
dotted. It's a bold line
I don't
from
know-
your tweet to his gun.
One, he knows. Two, he don't care. That's the like. Everyone's waiting for someone to be like, "Oh, we should tell him that's what he's doing."
It
That's
doesn't-
what he's doing.
I know it doesn't. I'm not saying he should care. I know he doesn't care.
But what does it matter if that happens? Who like? Yes, it's
Look.
shitty, but what is it going to change?
in terms of what gun
it's
legislation?
not like all the people who voted for Trump all of a sudden are like, you know what? He's an asshole for inciting, inspiring this guy to commit violence.
I think among all of the like grab her by the pussy stuff and everything else
No one
that he
gives a
said,
shit.
they will.
Right.
And as Bill Maher
No.
said, if the economy takes a shit, then they'll care. But
Yeah,
it is a little disturbing and disgusting that it's the only reason that he's going to be reelected if he does is because the Dow is at 25,000.
It doesn't matter that instead of taking all the tax breaks
Still.
and giving it to the employees, they're using it for dividends for their stockholders.
Right, the coal mines are still shutting down, And here's the
But I
thing:
still-
in cousin fucker Kentucky, they're sitting there saying, "You know what? It is still a good thing that guy went and shut up that newspaper. There ain't nothing around here, but if I was closer, to Atlanta, that CNN would get it."
I don't care. I still want that like on the wall of from his photo on the corkboard. I want a yarn going from his face to that guy's face.
I think we're all looking for a smoking gun that's never coming, and we're just waiting, and we just keep thinking that this next thing's the smoking gun, and it just never is.
I think even in terms of history, building a tapestry, and these are examples
Tapestry?
of like tapestry.
Last Crusade.
So
Last
you were-
Crusade.
So Evan, you were thinking logically, and you were painting a
Yes, I
logical argument, but we are not living in a logical time.
Casey's right.
We are in
It's
a
fine.
time of gut
I
feeling.
absolutely understand
and
that.
opinion.
And lately, I have recognized internally that I've been going through what I like to call a rewiring, because I've started to notice that the emotional reaction has gotten so histrionic that nothing that is being said by almost anyone
no.
bears any truth or grounds in reality. So at the very least, if this guy in an interview says like, well, I had a 7-year grudge against this media outlet and I maybe wouldn't have invaded that place with a shotgun and killed 5 of them, but the media is the enemy of the people, and using his words is essentially like, there it is.
But
there it is.
But at the same time, there's also that age-old argument that video games and movies inspire violence, and so it's kind of the same argument.
I would almost agree with you, except for this is like
crazy people get
it's a little-
inspired by crazy people.
Well, first of all, the guy was crazy enough to begin with, and the people that were interviewed about this man who knew his history basically had expressed concern that he was going to do this a long time ago. The question is whether this guy decided to do it on his own or was weaponized by the president's rhetoric.
The problem gets into, and it's a catch-20.
Catch-22, great book. What was your thing?
So the problem is that the shooter, like, he had these threats on social media. He was like interviewed, and the Gazette refused to press charges, so there was no
Right.
additional. And this was like years ago.
Also
So they said
refused to file a restraining order.
Yeah, so there was, he was on the radar, but unless you get into the business of, okay, we're going to monitor all of your activity online, and then if you trip enough red flags, you get an FBI agent showing up at your house.
Well, then here's the problem I have is that people are monitoring your entire existence online and everything.
Apparently,
and they're selling
they're not doing a very good job.
No, they're doing a great job as long as it profits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Figuring out who the nutcases are isn't profitable
Oh.
because nutcases spend money.
Whoa, dude, hold on. You know how like Facebook went before Congress and they were like, well, Russia was interfering with the election, blah, 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 and you have all this data and you're clearly monitoring people's like
Yeah.
statements. why the fuck couldn't they? If somebody makes a public statement on Facebook,
No,
that
it's
says, like,
They have.
No, because that's anti-American. And
Is it really, though?
Yeah,
But that's
the private
that's
individual.
exactly.
The private
Because-
individual.
Because
It's the worst. We're the worst place on earth.
So
yeah,
what
but,
if
but
Facebook?
Facebook is not a it's like you call it the public square of the internet. That's the debate.
Right.
Is it a service or is it a?
Because they're not profitable without that lie. Because trust me, Facebook knows everything that you're posting. They're just selling it. They're not giving it to the government.
If
It's just-
if Facebook included an algorithm that
And that's
says,
okay.
this
I mean, that
person's
is
crazy.
okay.
Well, actually, hold on. Rolling it back a little bit. Like if somebody makes a post on Facebook that says like, I don't like the Capital Gazette. Somebody ought to do the blah, blah, blah. Like you can hit a button that says I'm reporting this post. This sounds really fucked up. Like maybe Facebook could
Then you're doing-
forward that to law enforcement. I don't know.
No, then you're ratting out your neighbors, and it's McCarthyism.
Oh, no.
And like,
If
yeah,
somebody makes a direct threat to people saying I'm going to grab a gun and go somewhere.
Yeah,
and do
but
something.
And
But-
it's still, but it requires different layers because we've seen in the
and your
past-
hedges that are too tall, like infringe upon my rights, and then it's a slippery slope, bro. It's a slippery slope.
It's an intellectual debate for another day.
But you shouldn't fucking shoot up newspapers.
That's for sure. Oh, hold on.
or anywhere. Let's just take drop newspapers. Just you shouldn't
Any-
shoot up people.
Anywhere.
All right, hold
Thank
on,
you,
hold
Casey.
on. Well earned.
Right. These are like, but these are questions that used to happen like in classrooms,
Right.
and one they don't happen there anymore.
Nope.
And then like it's like, people shoot up places. It sucks.
It does suck. All right, we have our guest here. We are ready for a kombucha party. But before we do that, it is time to get into the internet sensation
Give me the tray.
that is sweeping 92Q. It's time for shout-outs.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout-outs. This is the
Shout-out.
part of the show in which we take a break and we give Matt props, a.k.a. shout-outs, to persons, places, and things that are giving us jollies and improving our quality of life. Woo! Let's see. My shout-out this week is to the extremely good time that I had at the BSO's new music show at the Motor House on North Avenue. Mere steps away from the wind-up space. I got to see a guy play the cello and a guy beatbox over the cello being played, and it was phenomenal. Shout out to Shota K for being a very good performer. Brian, any shout-outs?
Yeah. I've had a couple snowballs already this summer. They're great.
What's your favorite one?
I get like a cherry or a chocolate cherry.
Do you like a wild cherry?
No, wild cherry just seems a little
too wild?
It's just
Gilding the lily?
it's right. What's wild cherry like? Tell me what's the difference between other cherry? Oh, we put a little like darker food coloring into
What
this
about
one.
sour cherry?
No, thank you.
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 All right.
No, but chocolate cherry if I'm feeling naughty.
I'm a root beer guy myself,
Oh yeah.
or an orange. It's either orange or root beer.
Do you get the marshmallow fluff on top?
It depends on how I feel. That is something that was introduced to me in Baltimore.
Your toppings are feeling based.
Yeah, like if I want, I don't know.
If he's sad, he gets the
If I feel,
marshmallow.
if I feel a little fat, like I'm gonna skip the marshmallow. And if I'm a little sad, then yeah, some extra marshmallow.
I
Throw that
generally
on there.
do not get the marshmallow or the ice cream because I'm just looking for that straight, like a fucking hummingbird. I want that like sugar water.
Question: Do we give the unannounced guest a shout out opportunity?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I mean no offense, but I don't think so.
We'll get to it after the break.
Right?
All right, that has been shout-outs.
Did Casey give one?
Fuck. Go ahead, Casey.
We've been doing this for
Shout
5
out to
years.
me having a baby.
Yeah, so
Shout
I
out to
don't
the
kn-
mother of Casey's children.
I don't know
She's
if it's
having
the,
my baby.
What a wonderful way to show me how much she loves me.
baby inside of me, and it's yours, and I love you.
Shout out to Casey and Amber.
I don't know if it
First-time
was from the
parents.
Dundalk Heritage Fair or if it was from my neighbors, but opened up my front door yesterday and there was some professional fireworks going off.
Nice.
And I got to watch them from my couch in the air conditioning.
Could you
so-
hear Vince Neil from your house?
No.
Oh,
I'm actually giving a preemptive shut up to myself for missing the Heritage Fair this year because I was too embroiled in family conversations and then going off on adventures.
So next year we should do it, and I'll be like wearing the baby.
Hell to the yes.
and then we record after.
No.
Guys, I just love that party. We just went to. It'd be great.
loved it when you did Nickelback. At the
Like in the Hangover with the baby.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Not at the table, Carlos. Carlos Cochran. Oh shit! named it.
Carlos Cannon cock.
Oh my God, Trip C. Yes, he's like a WWE wrestler.
I'm Tripsy.
All right, that's enough. This has been Shout Out. We'll be right back after this break. Thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. What's the bumper?
I'll figure it out.
Do you have a commercial? Do you have any commercials on YouTube? That'll be the bumper.
Great.
See ya.
Hey, yo, for you homeboys that think you all that and trying to get with this, act like a tennis shoe and just do it.
Wild Kombucha. It's a crisp, refreshing, fermented tea handcrafted in Baltimore, Maryland. Wild Kombucha is naturally bubbly and packed with probiotics and enzymes that support digestion and boost the immune system. Drink it for your health or because it's delicious. Wild Kombucha is a proud supporter of the National Wildlife Federation. Help protect wildlife habitats while balancing the ecosystem inside you. Drink local, live wild.
All right, we are back from break, and we have guests. We got a guest today. His company is called Wild Kombucha. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Sid. I am one of the owners of Wild Kombucha. We're based out of Baltimore, and we're just a local drinks company.
Very good. Questions about kombucha to start, but first, where are you from, and what high school did you go to? Because this is Baltimore.
Yeah. I grew up in the Severna Park area,
Okay.
and for high school, I went to McDonough.
Whoa, you're a rich kid.
Oh, no. McDonough is
Throwing
not...
shade. I always get it
McDonough
whenever
is
I throw it out
not
there.
a boys' Latin or a Gilman. It's,
Well, I mean, I went to Loyola. So.
that's true. But I think Loyola's on the level of McDonough. I feel like McDonough, Loyola, Calvert Hall.
Sure.
Right, but then there's the other ones.
Except Calvert and Gilman and all those other places didn't have a horse farm.
That's true. That's true. What year did you graduate?
2008.
Oh.
Holy
We don't know any of the same people.
I'm way older than you.
So old.
So you went to college for
I'm not
what
the
now?
youngest person in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in college, I studied biochemistry and environmental
we
science.
could chat about some science because same deal.
Evan's a scientist.
There it is.
So how long have you been working in the kombucha game?
Yeah, so we started brewing out of the side of a juice shop in Hamden in February 2015.
Okay.
And
Please name the juice shop if you would.
yeah, so it was called Jukai Juice,
It's not there
Oh, yeah.
anymore?
and it's not there anymore.
Oh, it's that nice lady with blonde hair.
Carrie.
It was inside that one building, right?
yeah,
she-
right off the avenue in Hamden,
Yeah.
right on Hickory, that
Yeah.
corner next to the old bank.
Oh, I didn't
barber
realize
shop.
you were sharing space. That's amazing. Because yeah, she used to be my neighbor at the Fells Point Farmers Market when I was selling beef jerky.
Then it became a Lebanese restaurant with a terrible name called
Oh.
#Foodies.
Okay.
Oh.
Now that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
Aggressively unfortunate. So tell me, I've never had kombucha. Tell me what it is.
All right, so the way you make it is you take tea and you make it just like you would on a stove at home. Then we add this probiotic culture to it known as a SCOBY. So that's an acronym that stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast.
Okay.
So this culture consumes the sugar in that tea and ferments that tea.
Okay.
So then after you let it ferment for a couple weeks, that's kombucha.
So you said probiotic, and the only thing I know about probiotics is Activia.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Is Activia.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Is it the? Is this Activia?
It is not Activia.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
little bit different, but I mean the benefits are similar.
Okay.
We can't afford Jamie Lee Curtis, but other than that,
Oh, so
Pretty similar.
kombucha, which I've never had before, it's a drink.
yeah.
It keeps you regular.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's good for digestion, metabolism.
Slap
Kinda
that.
tiny.
It's a digestif. Also carries the benefits of tea with it, including all those
Yeah.
antioxidants.
I mean, so when you say tea, like Lipton tea bags, or like tell me about how you make your
yeah.
kombucha.
So we use like a fair trade organic gunpowder green tea. And it comes from this region in China that's historically known for kombucha.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can really use any type of tea. If you have black tea at home, I mean, you could give it a go.
So it's fermented, which means it sits and it's got this
Exactly.
stuff in it, right? So
Exactly.
do you just take if I'm just sitting at home,
Yeah.
do I just take like a jug of tea, get one of these SCOBYs, let it sit for 3 weeks, and I gotta have kombucha?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's that simple.
So
I assume that it's not that simple.
And with the
There's
weather,
a little more to it.
There's a
but
little more to
that's
it.
the base of it. The basis of it.
when it's hot like it is now, it brews quick.
Is it like that sun tea that people like you see in movies where they like just put it in this ray of sunshine and it makes sun tea? I assume it's something different.
It brings me the same level of happiness.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
the SCOBYs, I think they deserve like literally their own podcast because they are these
yes.
crazy like miracles of nature.
Is it like sourdough?
It's sort of like that.
It's
yes.
really similar to sourdough in that it's a self-propagating culture.
Okay.
So anytime we make kombucha with a SCOBY, you get a smaller SCOBY.
If you like that batch of kombucha, can you be like, are some SCOBYs like Secretariat where you like stud horses where
Brian,
you're like, we're going to make more out of this?
Like, do we have the Justify of SCOBYs? Is
Yes.
that what you're asking?
Oh,
Yes.
that's the title of the episode right there.
Justified of SCOBYs?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
100%.
do you say, we were using this batch, but now we found the new batch?
Yeah, are some SCOBYs better than others?
Yeah, so just like anything, like any person or anyone that gets used to consuming like a certain type of food, you kind of train your SCOBY to brew in your style in a way. So all of our SCOBYs came from a single SCOBY. Our entire business came from one culture.
So where did Patient Zero come from?
Yeah, where did
So-
Mother Earth
so-
SCOBY come from?
Yeah, so that SCOBY was a gift from a family friend of Sergio's that was brewing kombucha at home, and Sergio's family wanted to make kombucha as well, so they started brewing out of their house with that culture, and then eventually we brought it in for our business.
That's amazing. So knowing what I know about this process, which
Wait,
is
who
not
drinks
that much.
kombucha? Where's it from? China, it sounds like.
Yeah, so it started in China and then traveled through the Silk Roads to Russia, where it was known as tea kvass. So if you've ever heard of anything kvass, that's fermented.
So this is like you buy this with Bitcoin, right? Silk Road. Sounds
there you go.
sounds great. Sounds great.
Speaking of which, your product, Wild Kombucha, where can we find it?
Yeah, so now we're in about 500 stores in the
What?
Mid-Atlantic.
Wow.
Some of the bigger ones would be Whole Foods,
Oh my
Mom's
God.
Organic, Harris
geez.
Teeter.
So you're successful. You're all the way there.
That's what we tell ourselves, but I don't know.
Are you paying yourself yet? I'm on Shark Tank now.
Yeah, you don't have to answer that question.
Yeah, we pay ourselves.
Yeah, there it is.
Hold on, I have a sound effect for that.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm going to edit out all that dead air. It's
Oh, I don't know why.
What dead air?
Like, so tell me
Exactly.
tell me the story of your company. Like, you said you started sharing space, but what was it before then? Like, just how did you meet your co-conspirators? What's your origin story?
Yeah, so I started the company with Adam and Sergio, and we've all been friends since we were 14 years old. We're all guys that grew up in the area.
Cool.
I went away from school and then came back, and Adam was kind of selling kombucha out of his house to like friends and family. And him and Sergio decided to team up, and they just needed some help with some of the finance side as well as just like more hands to help bottle. So they brought me in, and we just started doing it for fun after work and on weekends.
In 2015, what did the kombucha space look like? What was like the competition? Were you early? Were you middle in the middle of the game? Like, how'd it go?
So we're pretty early for the East Coast. So like a lot of the bigger kombucha companies are based out of the West Coast.
How hard is it for? And I'm jumping. Go. Finish your story, then I got to follow up. Go.
I have one too.
All right, great.
Yeah, so at that time there weren't too many companies really on the East Coast. Even now, it's just really starting to pop up with more kombucha breweries.
Does this stuff travel? Like, can there be a national kombucha company, or because of the way it's made, will it not last that long?
So there are some bigger national brands that sell like from California throughout the country. But we're kind of firm believers that once it gets to you, it's not the same quality. It doesn't have the same taste.
Gotcha.
Just because like it's a live product, right?
Right.
And anytime it's out of the fridge, it'll continue to ferment. And as it ferments, it consumes the sugar and changes the flavor.
Okay.
So from your door in LA to like my door in Maryland, some guy could have just left it out for 3-4 hours and you're not getting the same product.
Cool.
I love this idea when it comes to a product that there's an urgency behind it, right? So this is why you need to make sure that it's coming from sort of locally sourced. I'm using quotes, but within the tri-state area, something like that. Because if you don't want this to be an unadulterated flavor, you got to get to it. It's got to get to your door pretty quick.
Freshness dating, like on Bud bottles.
Bud bottles.
Yeah. But what I really like is the idea of regional products.
Sure.
This is something we get here in the Mid-Atlantic that you don't get there. Utz, like another great, local product that we like here. It's a bit of East Coast flavor.
But the other comment I was going to make is that when I was doing my own thing and the farmers markets and whatnot, the only other people that I knew of that were making kombucha were Hex Ferments. As far as I know, because their product line is sort of diverse. They make a lot of pickles. They make kimchis and kombucha and stuff like that. Like, they're, to my knowledge, they are not distributed in Whole Foods or anything like that. They're hyper local. Like, they're based out of the Belvedere Market in Lower Towson or something like that. Are there any other East Coast names that pop up kombucha wise?
So there are some other kombucha breweries on the East Coast that sell like in Whole Foods and the bigger grocery stores.
But they're not local.
But none of them are. Like there's a couple out of North Carolina. There's one out of North Carolina, one out of Vermont. We're probably the biggest kind of within this Mid-Atlantic area. But what we've noticed is like since they're shipping from there, they can like only go into Whole Foods. They can't really go into the smaller cafes and restaurants and markets that we're able to serve.
Yeah, because I've seen your stuff over at the Urban Deli and various small little delis that have it, and I think people definitely take notice of that, especially when it's the given the knowledge that it's started in Baltimore. Question: how did you get from shared space to 500 stores?
Yeah,
in what I would say is a relatively short period of time, 3 years.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool story. So we from February 2015 through March 2016, we were in that side of a juice shop, and we decided to move out of there in about a 3,500 square foot brewery.
Is that big? That sounds big.
It's like a house. It's like a house.
But for kombucha's sake, I mean, that's it's
pretty. Yeah, when we moved in, we were like, "Wow, how are we going to fill this?"
Right,
thing?
I was going to say, how many bottles could you produce in a space that large?
Yeah, so out of there, we can produce probably right around 1,000 12-packs a week.
Wow.
Well, either way, it's bigger than the brewery that I own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we took it. Well, these guys weren't there, but I took a visit to the Baltimore Whiskey Company before they moved into the Union Collective, and that was a very small place. But they had were these big giant barrels of fermenting material that they distilled it, and then they had the barrels that were aging up top. Is there any similarity? So you don't have to distill obviously kombucha, but how is it sort of like it has to sit somewhere to ferment. So like what kind of materials are you using to do that? Yeah,
so we use like 125-gallon wine fermentation tanks.
Oh, okay.
And the difference between us and
stainless steel.
So somewhere between here and like Baltimore whiskey is that their stuff, it's sitting in those tanks for a very long period of time.
Oh yeah, years.
For us, it only takes us 2 weeks to make.
Got it.
We always have 2 batches going at once, so we bottle every week.
Cool.
And they sit in an 80-degree temperature controlled room.
This is me. Like I've said, I haven't had any. You have a cooler, so I'm going.
We are going to taste this product.
Is there like?
I have the booch.
Is there like the fruit punch kombucha or like grape kombucha?
So the flavors I brought today are apple spice, mango peach, and elderberry.
Is there
elderberry?
Is there kombucha? Is there like
a boozy kombucha?
Yeah.
Because you keep saying the word fermented, and I understand that fermented does not necessarily mean booze.
Oh my God! Here's what I'm proposing.
What?
They need to team up with the Baltimore Whiskey. CT Booza. Team up with the Baltimore Whiskey Company. Get a little bit of that Shot Tower gin in there.
We're one step ahead of you.
What? Okay, great. So tell me more.
Is this exclusive?
So whenever we release a flavor, we throw a kombucha cocktail event.
Okay.
And our last one, we did partner with the Baltimore Whiskey Company.
Awesome.
and used their Shot Tower gin
Oh,
in a
man.
cocktail with our elderberry kombucha.
It's
Okay.
The hive mind is alive and well.
I wish I had known. I would have brought my bottle of Shot Tower with me.
Yeah.
And we could have tried. But that's
we get
fine.
some of that.
That's
you
good to
you want me
know.
to hop back through how we got to where we are?
Yes, please.
All right, so check it out. So we went into that 3,500 square foot brewery, but we did not have the money to pay to build it out.
Okay.
So we couldn't afford the fermentation room or the walk-in fridge or a lot of the things we needed. So we entered a 1-minute pitch competition on the Eastern Shore.
Wow.
So we went out there, we pitched, and we won $35,000, and that's how we paid to build out.
So from who?
So that was from the Radcliffe Foundation. It was
Okay.
called the Shore Hatchery Competition.
I assume they're like just a local philanthropic group.
Yeah, so they're affiliated with like the Purdue School of Business out there at Salisbury University, and
Gotcha.
they just do this like open thing to kind of help entrepreneurs in the area.
That's awesome.
That
I
takes
wish
a
I
lot of balls.
I really wish I had the balls to have done that when I was in business.
It's
but-
like local Shark Tank. Like that's
Yeah.
that's very fun.
but those are actually quite frequent. Like they have angel investor sort of like pitch sessions in like federal. film.
and that's not a gift. I mean, that's an investment,
Yes.
right? Like
No, that
No?
was a grant.
It was a grant.
that's a that.
That was just they give us the money and it's-
35,000.
Wow. Lucky you guys. I mean, not lucky.
But
Sounds
they-
like you like put a lot of hard work into it, and like you earned that. You like,
But I mean, we are lucky
they
in a
get-
lot of ways. You know, the timing of it was perfect. Like we happened to stumble upon this.
Yeah.
We had a good day, and you know, we ended up winning.
But they get free kombucha for life, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
all the booch.
they just keep getting cases.
How many flavors do you have currently, and list them, please?
Yeah, so right now we have 6 flavors. It'll be 7 in the fall. So they are ginger grapefruit, mango peach,
Oh.
elderberry,
Uh-huh.
apple spice, watermelon hops,
What?
and tart cherry ginger.
I want that one.
And in the fall, we are releasing a blueberry yerba mate.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. Kombucha, which I've never had and never tasted, just sounds like something white women love.
Yeah.
When is the-
Demographically, that's like the most accurate thing you've said.
okay? When is the pumpkin spice kombucha coming? You did say this fall, and I for the first time this entire conversation, I got worried.
No, we are not going to do a pumpkin spice. I hate to break the news.
I'll tell you what, though, that would make an excellent April Fool's joke. Don't say anything in response because I just want you to take that. I'll take my comments off the air.
Well, it'll be a great Facebook post on April 1st.
Yeah.
kombucha.
That really would
Pumpkin
be.
spice kombucha.
Really would be.
Pumpkin spice booch. That's what we say when we know.
All right, so one last sort of like business related question. You're in 500 stores, right? You're doing well. Do you intend to sort of the struggle I can see as a non-business owner but a former business owner is, do you have the desire to expand? Because as you said, if you're shipping it from the West Coast to the East Coast, the product does change. Are you even interested in looking to ways to sort of I'll use the word retard that process, like to keep it extra cold or something like that, to look into technology to allow it to be shipped? Or are you very comfortable just where you're at? And are you going to go on Shark Tank? Because Tessemae did it, and they think they got a deal. No, they didn't. Actually, they got funded by Kevin Plague's brother. Never mind.
Whoops.
Yeah, going back to what
Yeah.
But what does the future hold? For
what does the future hold?
Yeah, so
Or
we
kombucha.
just entered Philadelphia.
Okay.
We believe out of our brewery, or out of this area, because we're actually about to outgrow our current brewery, and we're looking for a new one right around 13,000 square feet. But we believe we can serve up to like New York City and south through Raleigh.
Okay.
And just those populations, like the amount of time it'll take us to saturate it, that's definitely the kind of that 3-year vision.
Sure. Yeah, and I think once you hit New York, you're doing
That's
doing good.
That's a different animal.
Yeah.
Up there for sure. But yeah,
Well,
you guys want to try some?
I
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I think we're long overdue for a little taste test. Oh, shit. Hold on. Paul's point. We're going to get some cups, and we'll be right back. All right, we got our glasses, and now we are about to crack open some bitch.
All right. What's first?
Yeah,
You
what's
just
the-
tell
what's-
us. You just tell us.
All right, let's start with the elderberry.
Okay.
Isn't that kind of like doing the gold medal first? Are we
I
going?
feel like that's
which-
what's going on.
Yo, I'll take the best for first.
I'm not asking him to rank his children. I'm not going to ask him to do that. I'm just thinking to myself, ooh, elderberry. That sounds fancy. Ooh, look at the color on
No,
this.
Casey, pour it.
Which,
Come
by
on,
the
man.
way, everybody listening to the show, we will, of course, be posting all manner of product photos.
This is a wonderful pomegranate
It's
shade.
super purple-ish.
Yeah, this looks delicious.
By the way, do you guys need a label printer? Because I have one.
We don't at
I
the
don't.
moment, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. Shit.
this is fascinating. So this is the first time I've ever had this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Are we ready? Oh, okay. We should do that. I mean,
right, Casey, you can take a picture while we do this.
I'll be cutting this audio out.
It's like a little tart, right?
Did you just taste it?
Yeah.
Wait till he's done taking photos, and then we'll edit this out, and then we'll, get to it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wanted you to take a photo of him, like, holding the glass and looking at it pensively.
Oh, pensively?
Pensively. Brass Ball Saloon logo out. Thank you.
You're going to cut this? Gold, Jerry.
It's really not.
I was also trying to take that picture without Brian's knee in it. That was kind of hard.
His knee.
Yeah, so what do you think with that first sip?
It's
Walk
like I
me
said,
through it.
So it's a little tart, right?
All right, so the first thing you're going to experience is a slight vinegar taste.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay. It's
so-
fermented.
Yeah, so that's kind of like that underlying tone that kombucha's known for.
I don't
it's
hate
kind
it.
of got this like funky tone to it that people, after you start drinking it, that's just exactly what you crave.
I am
Yeah,
immediately drawn to this flavor. I love it.
I'm going to keep drinking it. Watch.
Or as Frank Drebin would say.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
What does it smell like?
Vinegar.
Okay.
But it also smells like...
I wasn't sure if this
fruit,
was if
too.
that was the juice or the Evans glass.
No, yeah, I wash all of my glasses with vinegar. That's the...
Well, not recently is what I was aiming for.
Oh, no. I wash my glasses.
So Brian was asking, or merely stating the sugar content. It should be pointed out that the total sugars are 7 grams.
So
Wow.
So to kind of put that in
yeah,
perspective,
compare that to Brian's favorite Coca-Cola
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah, even a glass of juice tends to be in the 20s or 30s.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Brian,
30 calories.
if you're enjoying this flavor, 30% less sugar, buddy.
Well, I'm ready for my next flavor.
This might actually help you lose weight and not get diabetes.
Body's a temple.
Doesn't sound any fun, but I'm there. I'm there for it. Oh, I've decided on the meal that I could eat for 3 meals a day
Okay.
and not worry about water.
Yeah, okay.
It's Big Macs.
Big Macs? Yeah.
Like that guy.
Just
He's
like that guy.
He's really skinny.
That's a lot of salt with no water.
No. I'm allowed to drink whatever else I want.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Am I also allowed to drink water, Casey?
Yeah, you can drink water if you choose. If you pick
Oh,
one
fine.
meal...
Yeah, Big Macs.
Yeah, Sid was not here
Oh.
for the Would You Rather portion of the show.
Yeah, I'll just take a number 1 Big Mac meal. Great. Sounds great. All right, so what do we have now?
All right, now we have our mango peach.
It should be noted that the bottom of the bottle has, like, stuff in it.
Yeah,
As
so
you-
that's mostly pulp from the fruit juice. Actually.
What?
Fruit juice? Shit,
So
this
you're
sounds like health food.
You're saying
Yeah.
that this drink also has fiber?
Yes.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
it does.
My God. Just so many selling points. Put that on a poster. This drink has fiber.
This drink has fiber.
Exactly as written.
Elderberry doesn't.
Casey, pour some for me.
All right.
There's just too much going on. I like it. I like it when the shit that I'm drinking has stuff in it. Because that's how I know it's either healthy or not healthy. Like, I just need to know that the shit belongs there for me to feel good about it. Wow. It's like opening up a carton of Tropicana and seeing all them orange pulps.
Oh, quick question, Sid. Can we arrange some sort of FamZone promotion / contest with you
We can do that off the air.
for one of the... No, if we can get a confirmation or a deny... This is why I'm doing it.
Oh.
So that we can force a confirmation.
I don't
So
know what
saying
you're going to say, but now I have to say absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Good. Worked out. All right. So this is the mango peach.
Mango peach.
Mango peach.
I'm sorry, what's the third flavor that we have yet to taste?
The third flavors are apple spice.
When's your Old Bay coming out? Your old Bucha.
You guys are just
Old
really
Bucha.
just really pushing these mainstream flavors.
I thought you were about to say wait 6 months. It's coming. All right. So this is the mango peach.
I think
see.
I'm experiencing these flavors in order of preference at this point because I've never really been about the apple spice flavor, but we'll see.
I love myself an apple Cheerio or an apple Jack. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
They don't taste like apples, Brian.
We eat what we like.
Dad, we eat what we like.
Yeah, and our apple spice flavor is completely locally sourced that we'll be trying.
I know.
Yeah.
Is it like Bogger's apples or Weber's Farm apples?
It's
or?
from Three Springs Farm.
Three Springs Farms.
For
That's
the,
who it's
for
from.
the apples, and then the mulling spices we use are from Van's Spices out of Baltimore.
Ooh, god damn it! This is refreshing.
I know, right?
I like this one.
I mean, Evan, if you switch to this, like instead of, like maybe every third drink, instead of just three
Shut up,
natural
Casey.
lights, you just
Shut
switch
up,
to a
you
kombucha.
shut up, shutting up.
Or kombucha
Shut
with
up.
gin.
Huh?
Because at least you get some of the fruit in there. I like it.
I mean, Natural Light does have the word natural in it.
And what I really, you know what? And what I really do like is that it has bubbles.
Yeah, it's just the height of refreshment. I am not just being an asshole liar about this. This is delightful stuff.
Is this what Fresca is?
No.
No, Fresca soda made with grapefruit.
Oh.
And peach.
What am I thinking of? No, it is Fresca. Yeah, soda made with
Fresca
soda.
is nasty.
Are you going
Yeah.
throwback, and are you thinking of Sobe?
No, what's Sobe? Is Sobe kombucha?
You don't remember Sobe?
I
with
do. It had the
lizard
bubbles in it.
No, it's not kombucha. It's just a random soda.
Oh, okay, very good. It had the balls in
Brian,
it, right?
what else
It
do you
was
think
the
is
health
kombucha?
drink that had a shit ton of sugar in it.
What else is what else is kombucha?
Sambuca?
Is this sambuca?
Is this kimchi?
Yeah, right. Like coming in, I heard we're having kombucha, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I thought it was like 4 different things. I'm like, is that like the stewed cabbage?
Rumchata?
And that's kimchi.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was rumchata, and now I got it. Now I got it pretty good. I'm pretty sure I know what it is now.
Were you a little scared going in? You're like, what if I hate this?
Oh, I'll do anything once. I'll do anything once.
I don't know that you will.
Not anything, but I'll do anything once. So, all right. So next is apple spice.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is I'm into this. I like a good apple juice.
So I was totally I thought that the elderberry was going to be the number 1 seed for me. I really like the mango peach, and I don't like peach. So
I think I like them both. I'm a big fan.
I've enjoyed them both, but so far I think I got more of a flavor from the elderberry, so that's my favorite so far. But I like both. I mean, I ain't angry. They're not great to smell, Cy.
Yeah, so in the smell, you get a little bit more of the
vinegar.
vinegariness.
But this one actually you can smell the spice.
Yeah, so we mull it in house. It kind of gives it that cider tone.
No, it's absolutely.
It does
smells
smell
like
cidery,
it
and-
smells like a
and-
Yankee Candle.
If I kind of think of it as a bubbly cider, then I'm willing to sort of overlook my less than.
This one's my
opinion
favorite.
Of really?
This one's my favorite. Absolutely. It's almost like a fall drink.
No, you're absolutely right, Brian. That on a nice fall day,
Yeah.
forget the mulled wine and the hot cider.
Ooh.
Well, kombucha.
Pair this with some Fireball.
Dump some fireball in there.
Plus, you got to factor in that in the fall here until almost the end of it, it's still hot out. So.
Well, and could you heat this up with the? I guess the bubbles wouldn't stick around.
That's weird. Have you ever
It's mulled cider.
microwaved Coke?
No, but should we?
What's a hot Coke like?
Absolutely not.
I don't know.
Who knows what those chemicals will do?
I
in
get
the
I get the Coke Slurpee at 7-Eleven, but the opposite of that.
It would be disgusting.
But we should try it. We'll try it later.
All right, this has been the longest taste test we've ever done in this show.
But I also think the most useful.
No, I totally agree. And I'm thinking back to when we had Max from Baltimore Whiskey on.
He didn't bring anything.
He didn't bring any samples whatsoever.
Well, we'll have to make sure that we get into that in the initial negotiations. And you're going to bring something, right?
No. We're going into the solicitation portion of the getting the union collective people onto the show to talk about various things. So we will certainly have them back on.
So, what is your most popular flavor?
Yeah. What do the people like?
So, out of the 3 you tasted today, the most popular one is our elderberry.
Okay.
Our most popular one in general is our ginger grapefruit, which you guys did not get to taste today. But now I give you a reason to go out. And
Make us spend some money.
You got to leave the people wanting more.
Absolutely. I honestly, I think this apple spice could use a push because I love it. I love it.
Oh, am I supposed to do that then?
No, I just did it.
I love it. I love it.
So, where's the closest place to here? So you said mom, so probably
Harris
like
Teeter?
there's
Is it
one
a
in
Harris
your-
Teeter?
Yeah, we're in Harris Teeter
Right,
right
Harris
over
Teeter?
there.
All right, I'm gonna go to the Harris Teeter because if I go home without any of this, I'm a dead
Yeah,
man.
your wife's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And she is about to pop out a
Yeah.
baby.
She will
I've
kill
just
me.
been so happy. So, how has it about everything? How has it been? Like, how is it being a business owner in Baltimore? Does the city make it easy? Any complaints? You know, how have you guys enjoyed being in the city? Are you looking to move other places for tax breaks? Like, what's going on?
Tax breaks.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, we love being, a company, a Baltimore company. At the end of the day, you get all of the advantages of like a city market without the city prices, especially for an East Coast company. As centralized as it is, we're an hour and a half, 2 hours to Philly, 45 minutes to DC. I mean,
3 hours if you do it right to New York.
Yeah, exactly. The access to other cities, but you get to operate at a lower price. I mean, we love Baltimore. We grew up here. But there are definitely some hurdles, being a smaller city with like a reputation that's been kind of depicted in the media. It can be tougher to find funding. There's not a lot of companies or organizations that look to Baltimore for companies to fund and things like that.
Yeah.
Has that been a challenge getting, investment people in like New York and other places to see you because you're in Baltimore?
I think not. We haven't really solicited people from like New York and other cities, but just the minimal amount of people here compared to somewhere like a Silicon Valley,
Right.
Is definitely noticeable.
Baltimore's
You feel
not a VC hub.
Exactly.
Like, that's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, look, I spent half a week in San Diego, and I was like, oh my god, there are like 1,000 times more like
right.
startups.
Some developer was going to find your jerky if you were in Silicon Valley.
This is without question. I have no doubt. Like, if I were at 5 farmers markets in the San Diego area, if those exist at all, some guy with like a cool scooter would have come along and been like, I love it. I love this product. I like what you're doing. Well, let's hook up.
like to put in perspective, like we've had like conversations with VCs out of other cities, but we're yet to get one with a VC from Baltimore.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because the list of VCs in Baltimore is like 5 people.
And they're all named Plank.
You got your Plankses, you got your there's a guy named Greg that I know is a VC, and then we got maybe former
You should
neighbor.
call my buddy Greg.
No, he used to own a tech company called Blue Sky, and I know that he's a VC at this point. I don't think my former neighbor is a VC at this point yet, but they're there. It's just that the activity is very minimal at this point.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get as many like showcases as you do in other cities where they'll have like startups come. And
Oh, showcases. What's it? Do you go to like the conventions where you just set up a booth and like people walk by?
That's where you make some good money. Dude.
How are those fun or are those like not fun? Are you married?
I'm not married.
So what's it like going on the road?
That was like a really escalating set of questions. Is that fun or not? Are you married?
Yeah, what kind of fun are you having out on the road there? No, don't answer that question. But like, what's it like going on to a convention? Like, are those like, do you get to try stuff and like, what kind of, do you take ideas there and then put them into, do you say, oh, this is the hot new thing? Like, I would not have come up with elderberry as a flavor on my own.
Boysenberry.
So we have
it's elderberry.
No, I know.
Oh,
I would have come up with.
Thank God, I thought I was getting it wrong.
No, so we'll normally have like 10 to 15 flavors that we're messing around with.
Who messes around with them?
So mostly Adam. Adam's kind of our mad scientist.
How does he do it? What does he do?
He's just a crazy man.
What's he doing right? Like now, we want to talk all about that. That's insane.
Yeah. So I mean,
I want to go to this laboratory and I want to get like drunk or high and start throwing out ideas out there. Pizza kombucha.
Oh my God!
You guys should definitely come up and check out the brewery.
Where
third
is it?
guest in a row. Invite.
People really like us.
Yeah,
We're
come
lovable.
check it out. It's pretty cool. I can kind of show you the process. You can taste some of those unreleased flavors.
So
where is that location, by the way?
So that's right in Timonium right now.
Okay.
And we're looking to move back into the city.
You are probably in a space that I actually looked at.
So we're in
Looked at the lease.
we're in the space that used to be Michelle's granola.
Yes, that is the exact space.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
What
where we're
does
operating
base kombuchas taste like? Not good.
on.
Wait, what?
So basically,
Like yogurt doesn't taste like anything, right?
by itself,
By
without
itself,
flavor.
or it's like got a little tang.
Plain
That's
yogurt.
an interesting question because
What is plain
if you were-
kombucha?
I mean, plain yogurt has a taste to it.
Right.
It's not like water.
yeah,
No, right.
It's
But
like
I
a
mean,
little tarty,
so-
yeah.
tart.
So plain kombucha, you'd basically be tasting what you're getting on your nose when you
Vinegar.
smell it.
Oh, I think I'll stick to the flavored kind.
What's the difference between a SCOBY and a vinegar mother?
What's the main difference between that?
Yeah,
So,
Oh, he fucking knows.
well,
I'm impressed.
because I didn't even know until a couple of years ago that vinegar comes from bacteria.
yeah.
It's,
So
there's
vinegar
no yeast.
Exactly. So there's
Gotcha.
no. That's the main difference. It doesn't have the yeast culture, and the
Hold
yeast
on.
is
This is how dead my brain is. I know, but go ahead.
yeah. So for the SCOBY, it's a combination of like aerobic and anaerobic fermentation due to the fact that there's yeast. So during like the aerobic fermentation, when there's the presence of oxygen, the bacteria thrives. So it's that balance between like
Wait, aerobic is like jogging, and anaerobic is like lifting weights.
aerobic is like you're a
breathing.
human
Okay,
and you breathe, right? So like you need oxygen.
right?
Anaerobic is without oxygen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So vinegar from
Yeah, I was
from memory. Now that my brain has begun to sort of come back, the vinegar mother, it's a bacteria that essentially eats whatever is in whatever you throw at it. So you could take plum juice, and actually the bacteria will eat whatever's in the plum juice and spit out acetic acid, which is vinegar. You kill the process when it gets to a certain percentage of acetic acid, and that's your product.
Exactly. So the limiting factor on our shelf life is actually alcohol production.
That's how you know he's a scientist. He used the term limiting factor.
So as soon as it starts to make alcohol, that's when you have to stop.
No, so the limit is 0.5% on a non-alcoholic product.
Okay.
So our shelf life is 2 months. So at right around like 2.5 to 2 months and 3 weeks, it crosses that limit. So we just give ourselves a safe cushion for handling and things like that.
So in
Cool.
theory, you could make like a tea booze, like a tea malt beverage.
So
or
we-
something.
Hoop tea.
So we have made an alcoholic kombucha in house before.
How is it?
The way you do it is we make our regular kombucha.
And then you just forget about it for 3 weeks.
Then for the secondary fermentation, so what we do is we add like the fruit juice, and then we let it ferment in the bottle, and that's what naturally carbonates it. That's
Okay,
what we were
right.
tasting. At that
favorite part.
point, at that same point, we were adding champagne yeast, and champagne yeast produces alcohol pretty rapidly.
now I just don't even know how champagne is made.
and that
Continue.
just pushed it through the roof, and
Wow.
that it kind of made it a little bit dry, but it was boozy.
We're going to have a conversation after this show about a visit to try some of this if you have any left. And I will foot the bill to produce a batch for the CTB fam.
Great question. How much is a batch? Like, how much? Like, what's the starting cost to make a batch of kombucha? Like, a couple Lipton tea bags, or like a couple like you go to like a special place and get them to put like good tea in a bag or something?
No, so I mean, it's pretty cheap. The hardest thing I think people run into is acquiring a culture. So you can get them online.
Yeah, I
stuff
gotta
like
assume.
that.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just Amazon it probably now. I mean, to like start with it is probably, I don't know, I guess it'd be like $60 because you need the container to ferment in.
Not just like a plastic jug.
But yeah, you don't want to use plastic because the culture will leach plastic.
Wow.
But
I've
one-
learned so much today.
But
So,
one thing
wait,
that's,
steel or glass only, or can you use glass, or is that dangerous?
you want to
there's
use
bubbles?
glass or you want to use lined stainless steel.
Very good.
Glass lined stainless steel.
Yeah, glass or lined stainless.
I love that we can bring knowledge to the conversation, because most people that would interview this guy would just be like, duh, bubble tea, what's the difference?
Oh, they have bubbles in the tea, right? It's like
no, bubble tea has tapioca.
It's like tapioca. I was just gonna say it's tapioca, right? I haven't had bubble tea, but there are lots of people who walk into the comic store.
I also never anticipated that we would spend more than 40 minutes talking about this product.
I've loved this.
But it has been great.
But-
I have shut ups,
But
but,
the thing
I'm
that-
like not ready.
Yeah,
The thing that gets people with brewing at home, though, is once you start brewing kombucha, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the culture needs to keep... You need to keep the culture in kombucha for it to survive.
Oh no, you can't stop. You just throw that shit out. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
oh,
you
okay,
can
great,
stop.
great.
So
Like,
what happened?
feed me, Seymour.
In hypothetically speaking, not that this is in my household, but if you have a SCOBY and it's like sitting in a solution, it's been sitting there for way too long. Is it
Get a
just
new one,
dead?
bro.
Get a
Yeah.
new one.
Yeah, because basically what'll happen is once it consumes all of the sugar and whatever it's in, it doesn't have any food for it, so it dies.
So you have to
can you
constantly be
revive
moving it?
I have an experiment.
Depending on how long it's
In
been.
case you get a new one.
What if I took one of these SCOBYs and I popped it into one of my industrial dehydrators and quickly dehydrated it?
What's it look like?
Crazy story related to what he just said.
Oh, great.
This lady came into our brewery the other day, and she asked us if we had any SCOBYs, so she could dehydrate them and make dog treats out of them.
I've heard about this.
So that was my question. What does the SCOBY look like? Because honestly, it's a disc. Because I've been thinking of
it looks like a cronut.
I've been thinking it looked like a novelty dog.
It's like
poop.
a big white frisbee.
Gotcha. But it was like a white dog poop.
But my thought line for dehydrating it was to essentially freeze dry it, but like a sea monkey. You could pop it back into a solution and it would revive itself.
I don't know how that would work. We also got contacted
Because I'm thinking
by...
about the apocalypse. You have to understand.
Okay. It's got to live through the apocalypse, for sure.
Right. We have to be able to make kombucha in a post-apocalyptic environment.
The-
And a freeze-dried SCOBY is the only answer.
Well, I bet you can make kombucha naturally somehow. That's how people originally found it. Where was so kombucha was invented in China when?
So...
I know.
Horrible.
Back to this.
Who's the first person that discovered a SCOBY? Like, could you imagine?
So the way the story
he was
goes,
a brave man indeed.
The way the story goes is that they were making it in households in China, like way back.
Because they didn't have stainless steel or glass. Well, they had glass.
They had glass,
Right.
Yeah. So then, this doctor Kombu,
Okay.
made this mushroom tea cha
Okay.
for the emperor, and it healed him. Is the story? Is kind of the
It's
tale
like
people tell.
Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's amazing, but Chinese. There are emperors involved. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's right.
Yeah, and then the other wild card thing that we got contacted for was a couple people from Rhode Island School of Design contacted us to make SCOBY leather clothing.
SCOBY leather.
Yeah.
What is that even? Like you just rub this shit all over like leather?
No, like they
No,
let
you-
it dry out, and it
Oh,
almost becomes
oh.
like a leather. But my fear was like, what if you don't let it dry out enough, and you're out in the rain?
Yeah.
Does it just start
Oh,
growing?
it gets all
over you?
slimy.
Gets all slimy.
Gross. I've loved every minute of this.
I feel like we've reached a transition point into a different topic before we get into shut-ups, but this has been wonderful. Thank you very much for being
Yeah.
here.
Thank you so much for having me,
Oh,
guys.
this is great.
Yeah, we're friends.
I don't think you have to tell
I don't
people
think that's
that when
how
you
that
are friends. I think it's just a silently agreed upon
Wait,
thing.
was that weird?
It might have been.
All right, one more. Speaking of Baltimore businesses, okay. Getting back to this idea that Baltimore is maybe a little more troublesome to be a startup situation type thing. It's not just the idea that there are a lack of VCs, but there is also this sort of community-based, not necessarily a cohesive network of people supporting one another. So, and I was lamenting my own behavior, sort of not using this platform to promote local products or promote other local podcasts or this and that and the other. Have you experienced any of that? You probably have 3 or 4 business, buddies, but what's your sort of take on the network of Baltimore businesses and how they enmesh with one another, or do they not, or do they, or is it very strong or weak?
I mean, I think it could definitely be stronger, but I am in a food roundtable with a lot of other pretty cool manufacturers out of the area. There's Michelle's Granola, Gundalo Juice, Be More Organic, Mouth Party Caramels,
Sure.
a few of them.
There's lots happening in town.
Yeah, with that, but I think we could do better about establishing, a network that's a little more outward facing. You share it a little more with the community instead of us just meeting for a month in a room.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, in my experience, back when I was doing these types of things, it was, unless I expressly walked up to all of the other vendors and said, hey, we should get together. Hey, we should, share information. We should get to, do this and that. There was sort of among some of them an air of competition that I don't want to share with you what I know about this or that, the other. Who do you know that can make me some labels? Who do you know that can do this? Who do you know that can do that?
And I think that idea kind of does come down to what I was talking about before, right? If there's limited financial resources, even if you're not producing the same product, you can get seen as competition because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I might as well just like air the sort of anecdote of my business owning demise was when so when you're making beef jerky, the regular. Oh, by the way, plug. July 15th, I will be on the Rude Cooking School podcast to talk about beef jerky.
They're fun. They're
nice
those
people.
guys. Yeah,
very nice people. I have told John that I will be using the CTB Prime page to promote their show, and with permission and other shows.
I did their Hanukkah show.
I listened to it
last year, and we missed doing a Passover show. But since that's an even more food-based holiday, I'll have to do one for them next year.
Yeah, might as well. At any rate, I was so I was doing this food event at Rashfield in the Inner Harbor last year, and ran into this company that essentially organized the event booked 2 beef jerky vendors, which is a great idea, but they don't give a shit because they take the deposit and the money and whatever, and it doesn't matter how many dollars you make as a salesperson. But I ran up to the other vendor, grabbed a bag of their stuff, walked back. Look at so with beef jerky, you have to have you have to have a USDA seal of approval with a number on it, which is an approved facility where the product has been made. I looked at that bag and I looked at my bag, same number. So that essentially meant that we had the same contract producer, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah,
just no. That's no.
This is some really good jerky, though.
It's good stuff.
I'll truth be told, I made that with my own hands. I just printed out the label and put it on there. But that's not being sold at any retail stores, so it doesn't matter. Either way, do we have any other topics?
No,
Can we talk about Bird Bike for just a second?
Yeah, I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm excited about it. I want to try it.
I almost got hit by a kid on one in the Inner Harbor yesterday.
I can't wait to start hearing those stories.
I didn't get
all these youths are on scooters.
Oh, it's going to be great.
All these street youths.
It's going to be so wonderful.
Yep.
I didn't get to sort of bring this up about my trip to San Diego because I was dead to the world when Allison Robicelli was on the show, but I was over in San Diego and they had all these rental scooters just like sitting around.
On the LA improv based podcast that I listen to, they're all complaining about bird scooters.
Complaining about them?
Well, so I listened to not so much complaining, but I listened to this show about like shipping, as in like I ship these characters.
Relationship.
And at one point someone asked, would you fuck someone who rode a bird scooter? And the answer was a unanimous no.
Why?
Because like
why? Okay, so
because think about the terrible LA hipsters that must be involved in that scene.
But okay, I guess I'm not yet evolved enough to have become cynical about the idea
Scooters.
that now we have an affordable way for people to just get around.
Yes,
downtown.
when I think of you, I never think of cynical.
Even I'm not that cynical yet.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah,
Give it another year.
I want to know why
Right?
why these guys like hate like a rental scooter that you can just like pick up and zip.
It's probably just something fun to make fun of.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm there, and I haven't even seen one yet.
So when you say a scooter,
yes,
are you talking about like a moped type
No.
thing? Or
It's like a razor scooter
Okay.
that is electric.
With a motor, yeah.
We need like mopeds.
so it's
I
like
think
my
that's, the next
trike, but
step.
way smaller, and it costs like $1
Where
to
is your
rent.
trike?
It's in the shed.
Oh, your she shed?
Should I bust it out?
You should.
Now it's okay. But I think this is the next step, like rental moped. Like
No, because that requires tags and insurance and all this other stuff. Like you can't just ride a moped without any kind of rental agreement or whatever.
but
These
you can
things,
with a scooter.
yeah,
How fast does it go?
up to 15 miles an hour and up to slightly less than 20 miles on a charge. So the sort of genius behind this business model, in my opinion, is you have to have a smartphone to unlock the bike. It will not work. Sorry, scooter. It will not work unless you unlock it using your phone. If you try to walk away with it or try to ride it like down the street, it starts making noise, loud noise. People hate loud noise. It's basically saying, "Help! I'm being stolen." And
that
I
works.
really wish it was saying, "Help! I'm being stolen."
Help! I'm being stolen.
Help!
Help!
Buy
I'm
my
being-
book. I think that would be actually a far better deterrent for theft.
Buy my book.
Yeah. So the company and all of these things are based out of California. Like finally came to Baltimore like a couple of days ago, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, "Fuck yes, I'm in hard." And I've already reached out to them. I'm hoping they'll be willing to do an interview. because Baltimore has a unique set of challenges for something like this. Mostly due to theft, but also due to the sort of culture that we have in this town where people get very frustrated at the sight of something that, like, they'll see it, it's sitting on the sidewalk, they say, well, this is mine now because I found it. And then when they discover I can't have it, they'll break it. They will throw it into the harbor. And so many of these things will get thrown into the harbor, it's going to be ridiculous. And I already want to call these people and be like, look, you got to have a floaty on this thing. Like, it has to have some sort of emergency deployment system that once it hits water, the thing just goes, and, you know, a life vest appears on the bottom side of it. I love it because it's like, it instantly enables everyone to sort of like get to and from work. You don't have to take your car anymore. You don't have to ride the bulky bike share bikes that weigh 2,000 pounds, and you don't have to dock them. So as soon as you get to your job, blah, you leave it, and you've paid $2 to get from.
You just leave it on the sidewalk.
Yeah, and from my experience with the Lime bikes in San Diego, you just take a picture that demonstrates that you put it in an appropriate area where it's out of the right-of-way of pedestrians. It's not in the middle of the street or whatever. So that sort of like says to them, like, yeah, it's parked where it should be.
How does it get charged again?
I'm glad you asked that, Sid. So, like Uber, if you want to participate in the program and get paid, you sign up to be a charger. You go around and you pick up these bikes in a different mode of the app. You're not in rental mode, you're in charger mode. And it shows you the bikes that are low on battery. So you go and pick these bikes up, you take them home, you charge them, and then you drop them off at a designated location in the morning. And then they pay you between $5 and $20 per bike. It's great. I love it. I've already signed up. I can't wait.
Are they in Dundalk?
Nope.
All right, then.
No, they have like 70 bikes that have been released in the downtown Baltimore
Just
area.
70?
As a start.
Were they placed in like an L?
No, Brian.
All right. They're everywhere?
Are you trying to say that
It's a white it's a white L
these
thing?
bikes are racist?
You know, probably.
We'll get to that conversation later.
We'll wait and see what
when
happens.
we have those people on the podcast.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, that's enough about that.
Oh, yeah, they'll be excited to come on now.
Do you think they listen to this show?
No.
No, they do not. All right, anybody have any last thoughts, Casey? Any Casey last thoughts? Any Sid last thoughts?
No. I don't have any.
Okay.
Just support all of the Baltimore makers. You know, when you're in a store and you see a product and it says made in Baltimore, just show them some love.
So, yeah,
That's great.
On the City That Breeds blog, we used to have a thing called MIB, Made in Baltimore, and I do feel like there needs to be this, like, very comprehensive list of, like, here are all the products that are made in Baltimore. And I feel like there are a lot of people that just don't know. You know, they go into, a Whole Foods, they don't know that wild kombucha is made here unless they pick it up and, oh.
Definitely, and I think it's all about just, like, in any way we can, supporting local makers or artists. Like, whenever we release a flavor, we make sure that we hire like a local Baltimore band to perform.
Nice.
Or we'll like feature a local Baltimore artist and things like that.
Cool. Well, you have done a fantastic job here, sir. Thank you very much for coming by and giving us these delicious booches.
I loved it. I'm living the booch life now.
I think you should, Brian. I mean, look,
I will.
For as much Coca-Cola as you drink on a daily basis, and
A metric ton?
yeah, you're about to lose a toe.
Oh, no.
Some folks will never lose a toe. And
I was
then
just
again, some
I was
folks-
just with my uncle this weekend, and he's got like one of those half shoes things.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
That's real. Thanks. I'm well aware of where my family is.
That could be you one day, Brian, unless you switch to the booch.
I'm there. I'm here for the booch.
Here for the booch.
The booch is loose.
All right, well, those details for the Fam Zone contest, I don't know what's going to happen. It's coming up, so stay tuned. And if you have not already joined the CTB Fam Zone Extreme...
Who are you even?
Seriously. My goal, and for as many likes and followers or whatever that we have to the CTB Prime page, as I call it, we really don't have that many members of the Fam Zone, and I think we need to do something. We got to get a membership drive going, right?
For Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel.
Correct. Yes, add Cletus to the Fam Zone. Look, if you're listening, you know a person that might like the show, might like the content that we share in the Fam Zone. It's usually snack food related.
Kombucha related?
Kombucha, absolutely, 100%.
Sometimes I'll be watching Star Trek and we'll just post there about
Yeah,
it.
Brian just randomly talks about Star Trek sometimes.
And now I'm watching Star Trek.
I know. We'll get to that next week, Casey.
Yeah. Go ahead and add them to the Fam Zone, please.
Oh, no, we'll never see Casey again. Never mind.
Maybe I should have a membership drive Fam Zone contest that's related to kombucha.
Or Casey's baby.
Or Casey's baby. You get to name Casey's baby.
No, that is absolutely not the prize.
Every time a friend of yours joins the Fam Zone, that's one night of free babysitting you will give to Casey so he can come hang out.
Yeah, that sounds like a great
That's what you
prize.
get. That's what you get.
Great
That'll be
prize.
awesome.
Great prize.
So good.
All right, now it is the end of the show. And it is now time to get a little angry. Time to get a little venti.
Quinceañera. 20.
I didn't like that.
20. I liked it. Fine.
Time to get a little pissed offy. Time to get a little murderous.
Fatality.
Time to get toward the end of a fight with fists. Time to
Or the beginning.
Time to play a game from 1991.
Total carnage!
Time to go right ahead and tell everyone to shut up.
We gonna let the band deal with this.
All right, this is the end of the show in which we give... I am fucked up. The opposite of... What?
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Do you want to do it?
I don't know it.
Okay. It's the end of the show in which we give the opposite of mad props, a.k.a. shut-ups, to persons, places, and things that are giving us the opposite of jollies and deproving our quality of life. Oh, boy. My shut-up this week is to... car maintenance. I know I've given many shut-ups to cars in this show over the past year or two.
I have never heard you say the words deproving our quality of life before in my life.
Are you serious?
You say that every week?
Yes.
He
Amazing.
he just
I make it a
zones
point
out.
of saying that.
Amazing. That's amazing. I like it.
Yeah, I say it like every week.
It's the kombucha. He's
I've
never
never-
alert.
You know what?
Whoa!
I love it.
It's already working on his brain.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, deproving our quality of life.
Never heard that before.
Really?
Yep.
How many years has it been?
4? 5?
Drop dead. All right. I'm sitting next to a receipt for $2,000 in car maintenance. I got my timing belt done and a bunch of other stuff. And, driving to Frederick every day and back is just unsustainable. And I got to figure out something else.
Scooter. Drive that scooter.
I'm going to just at 15 miles an hour.
You'll
I'll
get
be
there
there
tomorrow.
in 2 days.
Thursday for Monday.
Thursday.
Monday.
I only have to stop for a recharge about 5 times. 3 times. That is my shut up, Casey.
I want to give a shut up to Piston Honda from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Got my NES Mini today, and I got stuck on Piston Honda, which is like the first belt holder.
I like that shut up a great deal.
Thank you.
Because I do love me some NES. Brian, do you have any shut ups?
No, just in general,
on.
just in general life.
Oh God,
It's just been shitty. Nothing really bad happened.
he threw his phone in tepid anger.
Nothing's like. I've had a pretty okay week.
Personally,
things have been fine. There's some kid who's bothering like businesses in Mount Vernon, and his answer is, "I'm on Instagram."
well, give a shut up to that guy.
Yeah, he gets a shut up.
I mean, why don't you give a little background to that guy?
There's this kid. He's trying to make me be like a permit Patty or a backyard or a barbecue Becky or one of those people. And he's like, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I'm like, okay, dude, phone out of the face.
That's a worthy shut up.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's going into your place of business and harassing you and putting.
And he wants me to act like a white guy.
He's trying
He's
to
trying to
race
bait
bait
you.
him.
Oh no, I would never say.
What does he want you to do? Like, what
Well,
is his
so who knows? But when he walks out, he just says, "I'm like, bro, you gotta get out of here." He walks out. He goes, "Thought this was my hood." I'm like, God damn it! I'm not angry at black people. I'm angry at a black person. I'm like, don't be an asshole, bro. And it's like, oh, because that's not who I am. And it's like, God damn it, get out of here.
And he's recording while you're doing this. He's
trying to make me be. He's trying to
make you be an asshole on camera.
Right.
Don't
I'm
be
not
an
an
asshole to me.
asshole. Sad. It's sad.
He wants to put you on World Star.
I want to be a world star, but I want to earn it. I want to earn it.
World Star Hip Hop.
World Star Hip Hop. I want to do something crazy at a party and then be on World Star.
Maybe he'll knock you out one day.
Oh no!
That'd be worth it.
I honestly, at a certain point, I said to him, I was like, "Look, dude, you got 6 inches on me, but I'm just angrier than you. You are this."
Well, no, here's the thing: you let him knock you out, and then you turn it around and be like, black guy knocking out a Jew.
No, that's not. It's not a fight I want to get into.
Oh.
That's not the fight. I want to be like
You don't want Sean Rim involved?
no. I would be like old man like hits young kid. Like that'd be like or teaches lesson.
Those ones on the beach are always great.
Yeah, like young guys, like old guy shows young child.
I'm
what's
not your
up.
dude.
Like, but I need the headline to be like in my favor. That's the general thing. Not like old guy,
Short Jew totally owns black guy.
No, you have to be defending like a really old person's honor. Or
right?
something. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna need one of my old customers.
He's
to show
insulting
up.
some old lady on the sidewalk, and you're like,
How
dare you?
Like, I just want to be everybody's friend, and to be antagonized, and I'm like, but I have comic books here. Like, makes me sad.
You want to be like Steve Carell in The Office. You want people to fear how much they love you.
Right? Yes. Very good. Well played. That's it. That's all. I'm done.
No, he has a shut up. Do you have a shut up?
Oh.
I'm gonna give my shut up to the Sun. It is hot as
it's
shit
hot as
today.
balls.
Oh, I thought you meant the Baltimore Sun.
No,
No, the actual ball
not
fire.
today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, it's super hot out, but that's typical of Maryland in this time of year. And shut up to my cat for continuously trying to roll over in the soundboard.
And here's the problem with sleeping with your cat. It's like an extra 90 degrees in
no,
bed.
even she has enough common sense to sleep at the foot of the bed these
not,
days.
Not my moron.
Oh, you got some dumb cats.
Dumb cats.
Shut up to dumb cats.
Indeed.
You are sweating right now.
It's hot in here.
Is it? It's 75 degrees.
It's 78 degrees, but thank you.
No, it's set to 78. It's actually 75. You can turn it down to 73 if you like.
Thanks.
All right, that has been Brian setting the thermostat to 73. This is episode 234.
I did 72.
Of the CTB show. I can't remember what the title is.
Vanilla kombucha. Yogurt kombucha.
He said it.
Oh, we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. I'll find it.
I believe it was Justify the Booch or something.
The Justified of kombucha.
The Justified.
Yes.
of
Yes,
Kombucha.
yes. In referee. Yep. There we go. Justified of Kombucha. Thank you, Sid, for that title. And thank you very much for being on the show. Once more, give us your plugs, social media, anything you want to do.
Yeah. You can see us on Instagram at wild_kombucha. Check out our website at mobtownfermentation.com. And honestly, just look for us in stores and give us a try.
I absolutely concur with giving them a try because everything we've tasted today has been fantastic.
When you do, please post pictures in the fam zone.
Yes, and or tag them on Instagram.
So they know that this was worth the time.
Correct. I agree.
Besides just being fun.
All right. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a fan. Have a great day. And a better tomorrow.
See yous.